Yeah,
Heck yeah.
let's forget all of our stuff while we're
Forgetting something important live.
That's
We did
my
it.
plan.
We're
We went
here.
live.
We made
Yeah.
it.
We're
We're all
live?
here together again.
Yay!
Did it.
Oh shit! And I still have the volume on my Twitch when I turned on my phone. Apologies.
Oh, that's good. It just means the volume works and people can hear us. Hello, everyone. We're back with some more Neverember's Enigma. We're on episode 9. We're blazing through this, 12 parts series. We're through about a third of part 1, but we'll get there over time, right? I kind of jest. I don't know. We just got a lot of plot. We'll figure it out when we get there. But
We've been busy playing a dating sim.
some of you,
I mean, it's been going so well, so very well.
I keep trying to wingman for you. I don't know.
it's not working. So yeah,
Listen, that was my goal. You get enough partners to commit a heist.
Is that what we are? Because I don't think so.
Is this a polycrime? It's probably better. Something better. Hold on.
Chromacule.
We'll get there. There's something there. There's something
We'll
there.
workshop that one.
Chat,
So hello,
get on
chat.
this. We need help.
Yeah. We need help.
We need a clever name for a polycule that's committing crime. Polycrime is okay. We can do better. So that's our. Somebody playing My Chemical Romance?
That was the wrong note. First of all.
Yeah, that was our door. Apparently, our dinner is here, but fear not. Pay no attention. Pay no attention. I thought my mic would filter that out, but apparently not.
Nah, crisp and clean. Good mic though. So hey, yeah, we're back. We are continuing to raise money for Doctors Without Borders. That is a very loud fire truck. Sorry. So we're at like what 1,415 out of 2,000. Sweet. So we're like 3/4 to halfway there. So about 60% of our full 100% goal is about 20% met. So, heck yeah, please donate, right? Because it's a good cause, and also, it gives the players advantage points. So it does cool stuff in the actual greater world around us that could use some, good stuff to benefit it at times. It's a little kooky day to day. And of course, helps out the players in the game for their heist. So donate link is in the chat. That said, let's go around and introduce everyone. It's been a minute. Right? Let's see if I remember how to do this. There's some buttons down here. I'm gonna click a button and see what comes up. Looks like it's Bedlam.
Yeah, Justin fucking grip it.
Oh god, my ears.
Baby.
Turn it
down, dude. Yeah, dude.
Siren
Oh, was that me or the sirens? I don't know. But hello.
We just got a donation, and I forgot to turn that volume down. That was very loud. Thank you for the donation. Holy crap.
Awesome. Thank you. Foresight. Very cool. Very cool. I am Bedlam. I will be playing Brindle Fallow this evening, and we get to find out where that's going to go. Brindle's, just this kind of casual guy. He's just here in the city trying to make his way. So he's a farmer, very much a farmer, not somebody who in the middle of the night helps out with various crimes in the city. Certainly not associated with anything like that. And yeah, so we're going to see kind of where this goes. We're in the middle of we're ostensibly a heist, but really it's a party. We haven't started heisting yet. It's a heist party.
Best heist party is the museum party, because the museum, I don't know. I will say the donation brought us up to 1,450 even. So
yeah,
that is a great thing as well. All right, Della, you're up.
Hi, I'm Della, and in this game, I will be playing B. B is a completely normal gnomish wizard. I have never done anything wrong a single day in my life. I am here to steal a whole bunch of gemstones. Okay, well, really just one really big gemstone. But I'm sure it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Nobody here has at this party has brought up anything remotely upsetting or linked to my past or family who I am estranged from. It's all fucking fine. We're all having a normal one.
Sounds good to me. Riv.
Hey, I am JD. I am playing Riv in this game. Riv, I mean, things are normal with them. So normal that they are here not as themselves, but as an individual known as Mr. Luke Black. That seems normal. I'm sure they explained everything to their lovely housemates and heisters about how they could transform themselves in this way. I wouldn't worry about it though. Uh, this is just them being helpful.
I have an important question.
What up?
Is Luke Black hot?
Oh, absolutely.
Judges?
Cool.
I'm gonna drop a picture so you can see what Mr. Luke Black looks like. But yes, he's very hot.
All right.
Seems like a good opportunity to plug our Discord. There's a Discord. Join it. There's a bunch of hot NPCs in there.
This game is just filled with hot people, and Riv is 3 of them.
Yes. Yeah. That's
a really good description.
And
right.
also dating 3 more of them, so you know.
Shenanigans. I love it. Julia, you're up.
Oh, hi. I'm Julia. I'm going to be playing Lavinia Hale. She's she's a half elf. She's to lose her arm, and she is in no way bitter or compensating for that. And you know, she's here to take her mind off of her father's very strange new promotion, and also help steal a big old gem because, you know, this is her city and she would like it not to fall into abject chaos. That's all she's got.
Seems reasonable and fair. I guess I'll introduce myself as well. Hi, I'm Andrew. I run the game and I have a bunch of NPCs that are apparently crazy hot. Wasn't what I was going for, but that's where we are. And I guess there's a heist happening somewhere in this as well. So we'll figure that out.
Why a lion?
Sometimes you can have planned one course of action and then a second one just parallels it, and you're just happy that both worked out rather well. So speaking of things working out, let's see if this is actually going to work. That's some music. So let's talk kind of recap. It's been a little while, right? So our player characters last session, the party got into the Museum of Natural History in Waterdeep, specifically the Varkenbluff Museum of National History. And let's bring it up to the grid so you can see kind of what we're dealing with, right? We got guards, we got nobles, we got very important lords and ladies. We have my map that's kind of frozen, but that's fine. It'll buff. But the players managed to sneak their way in, well, with invitations, you know, that they managed to get from their good new friend Sergio, who has asked them to assist him in stealing this, well, very valuable, I'm doing it now too, emerald that's on display. Giving them a variety of tools, including various telepathic bonds so they could all talk to each other, some sleep darts, a replica of this emerald that's about the size of slightly smaller than a football, and just a variety of guidance to get them close to a point. They are looking to find their way in and out, identify important people that are here, and look for that security so they can come back and swoop it or swipe it, ideally later when the museum's a little more quiet. But right now, they're enjoying just a private gala with some very fancy people who paid a lot of money to be here to see this gem displayed in all of its grandeur. Anybody have any other questions on that? It's been a minute. So that's partially for the audience, partially for myself, and partially for everyone else.
Oh, so we're waiting until later. We're not going to just try and take it out from everybody's noses. This is
the scoping out part of the plan. This is
I don't know if you know this.
The casing the joint of it all.
I have no control here. I can just simply make recommendations. So, like, if you want to just try to steal this thing now, go for it.
Just walk right up and take it. Yeah, let's do it.
if we really want, I mean, you were saying that you were going to try to get our threat level up a little bit higher. I feel like
That's
that thing,
true. That's true.
just walking right up to it and sticking your hands right on it, your grubby little mitts right on that emerald.
Hey, I
So I
might
was
wash
gonna,
my
I was
hands.
gonna,
little mitts.
I was gonna induce a fake medical emergency, and that will probably get our rating up.
Did you bring your is it like a false arm and just have it fall off in the middle of the thing? Oh my god, I lost my arm.
No, there's just this
Bring
there's just
ketchup.
this
Ooh,
very
ketchup
old there's just this very old captain here who likes to tell people stories, who's very easy to get close to, and I just happen to have a bunch of sleeping darts that I can just.
This is true.
There
I do
you go.
want
He's just gonna
Uh,
wait in one of these hidden closets until
Listen,
it's
I have a
closed
full
and
plan, and that is step one of the plan, and then one of you, Riv, has to do something else.
I do want to start with one more scene because I did say I owed you a kind of either epilogue or prologue scene last session. We didn't do an epilogue last time.
oh
we
yeah.
didn't.
So no, we were pressed for time. There's a lot going on. So I'm gonna hit you with a little bit of a prologue scene to kind of work you into where you are now. Uh, and what you see is a face that you're all familiar with, right? Although the location again is undetermined, but dark, stringy hair, pale face, right? Good old Della, the asshole that's beat up an old lady, tried to steal back his stuff that was taken from him by Brindle as he snuck into the city, right? And he has completed what looks like a series of warm ups or stretches, and simply just stretches back a bit and looks over at the clothes that are laid out on his bed, looks at his watch, still early in the evening. He smiles, grabs a little vial, just downs it, kind of wipes his mouth, looks at it and goes, well, at least he got me what I needed, even if it's not great. Toss it to the side with a small shatter. And then you see his features start to change and shift. But at that point, he moves away from the mirror and we kind of lose that image. And then he simply laughs and says, well, this will make it a lot easier. Proceeds to throw on a red jacket and walk out the door. As the door closes, we see the pan out of the Natural History Museum schematics up on his wall. All right. In the
The full
Natural History
schematics
Museum.
available at the Masons Guild, or
Perhaps. Somebody signed for those things. But picked up with Brindle, kind of leaving a very awkward multi-level marketing conversation, or a great investment, depending on your perspective here. Vita Health, invest in like your future health and potions, right? So Countess Danford here, really just driving home that being your own boss kind of vibe. But Lady Amalia Castellanter is announced as entering the museum and enters the main room. Is this pointer working?
The display room. I don't know. What did we call it before?
This is the main display
gemstone
room.
exhibit.
Yep.
There we go.
And for those who forgot, the gemstone is right here on this little pedestal next to the curator of the museum.
Right near Brindle. Right near the little Brindle icon. Yep.
So around the rest of the museum, people are enjoying the exhibits, the giant dinosaurs, the gemstones, the other historical cultural references that are around. Bee is, of course, enjoying herself in the lounge, making a new friend who works at the Waterdeep Central Library. Riv is downstairs. Sorry, Luke is downstairs, trying to make some small talk, and also found a small access door that the guards were able to move in and out of for like supplies. And Lavinia had just followed Lady Castellanter upstairs after seeing her announcement into the museum. Brindle, what do you do?
Well, as we left off last time, Brindle used the opportunity of Lady Castellanter entering the room as an escape from this awkward conversation about Vita Health that he was sort of trapped in. And as much as Brindle does love the a good hustle, Vita Health is not that is not his what's the word I'm looking for? Bale of hay. That's not his bale of hay, as it were. Yeah.
It insults his farmer sensibilities.
Such a common expression. I can't believe I forgot it.
So so he's gonna head over to Lady Castellanter as she's entering the room and try to introduce himself because if I remember right, I am wearing my sash, which represents me as part of the Farmers Guild here in the city, which is much more exciting than it sounds, I assure you.
I don't recall that, but I'll buy it. You're also wearing a very nice, I think, black suit that you bought yourself.
Did I not? Did I explicitly not put on the
Hold
the
on,
sash?
Let me look.
Ooh.
Here's the thing: I'm good with it either way.
Right, it'll depend on how I roll with it, because I can introduce myself as part of the guild either way. But the question is, do I have the sash on, and is that going to support me or not? So
I will believe whatever you tell me. Because it's been a long time, and it's entirely possible that you did.
Yeah,
so
it has been a bit.
It's a black suit in a pseudo-military cut to the collar and shoulders with gold embroidery.
Mm-hmm. Very
everything.
Nice suit.
No, I definitely did that. The question is, did I? I guess I did not put on the sash. Okay.
I feel like it would complete the look, though.
I feel like we talked about this.
Right.
I feel like we talked about this though, and like you had kind of caught enough mild flack from other guild members about wearing it everywhere. Like,
but this is an important event, though, right? So
yeah,
up to you.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with it. Like I might have explicitly decided not to previously because maybe I had a very particular plan about how I was going to use it, but I don't know what that was. So I think right now,
it's been 3 months.
I am gonna say Brindle wore the sash because it would look good with a suit like that, right? It would kind of fit in. Gold and green is a good look with some black on the background. You know, it's nice. So yeah, I'm gonna sashay, as it were, up to Lady Castellanter, and introduce myself immediately. And is there anybody, out of curiosity, between her and I don't know if she's the sort that would bring a bodyguard to the situation, but with the intensity in which I'm escaping the previous conversation, it might look a little furtive. So
as you look around, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Heck yeah. Where's the dice in the thing? You're there. Okay.
Also, how's the music? Is it too loud? Let me know. Y'all can't hear me over the music. Okay, I understand.
Perception
and also the game.
I give you a 15 for perception.
Oh, is Vita Health really a real company name? Oh, it's spelled with a V then.
Oh my gosh.
Whoops.
Just kidding.
VIDA.
Yeah, it's Vita Health now. Whoopsies. Fantasy Vita Health. You said at 18?
It's actually spelled out. It's like buy to health. It's, you know, never mind. Terrible. Let's go on.
What'd you roll? I'm sorry.
15.
Okay. You do notice that there are, because like I did mention, there are other party guests here that are not on the map. I just ran out of like patience to put a shitload of NPCs to track out there, right? There are a couple other people that you notice blend into the crowd that are just like dressed in clothes that are fine, right? They would blend in. They're not particularly ostentatious or anything like that, but they tend to be more focused on what's happening with Lady Castellanter than the exhibits. You get the impression they kind of like move with her On a 15, you can pick out two of them. One kind of walked into the room behind her and like is loitering down here in the corner. The other one is still outside.
Okay. All right.
I'll put them on
Cool.
the map for you
Well,
as
as long as nobody's getting in my way, I'm just walking directly up to her, and
nobody tries to stop you.
I'm gonna brindle it up. He's just gonna stick his hand right out there, and introduce himself. Hi there. I am Brindle Fallow, part of the Farmers Guild. This is a wonderful exhibit. I heard your family had much to do with this gala.
Oh, pleasure to meet you. Yes, well, it's quite a labor of love to see this coming into fruition, right? Have you had a chance to look around and enjoy
I have
exhibits?
a little bit. This is, to be honest, this is the first room that I've been in, and some of the exhibits in here are spectacular. Just amazing, especially that the gem. And he points behind him over toward the wall with the giant green gem over there. Yeah, so
Yeah,
especially
just fucking grip it,
this one.
grip
That's
it, baby.
incredible. Like,
Slop that down,
I don't
dude.
know a
Dude,
lot
crack one for
about
the big boy.
gem cutting or stone selection, but that seems like just a particularly amazing gem. Did you have anything to do with that selection?
Thank you for the donation.
I missed that entirely.
She just like nods politely, but doesn't seem like she's like actually listening to anything you're saying. Like,
She's treating you like the MLM
she has a
call.
donation in her ear instead. It's
yep.
Yeah.
You are her MLM call.
So
I am.
Oh, I want to. Oh, that's fine. Okay. She says, "Well, of course, a lot of the work done here was done by Miss Arkin, right, the curator. Really, just I would like to think my part of this is the continued investment into the arts and humanity and the history of the city to truly preserve it, right? And I can't take credit for all the work done, but somebody has to take that first step and provide the necessary resources. And I'd like to think I was a big part of that."
Oh yeah, no, that's huge. Did you have anything to do with like the curation process for part of the exhibit? I asked because I'm actually thinking about like maybe doing a fundraiser later, and whoever you had, or maybe if it was you, like doing the curation for some of the items here that you have on hand, because I know the museum has a huge backlog, and you can always end up having an influence on what they put out here. But this is amazing, and I'd love a recommendation.
You said you are wearing your guild sash?
I am.
Okay. She looks at that for a second and just goes, "What kind of exhibit did you have in mind?"
Well,
Always
I
happy
don't
to do
yet.
work with the other guilds.
Yeah, I don't have any expectations or any plans on the exact kind of exhibit. I think it was just that walking in here, realizing that you have something special here.
Let's see. Well, tell you what. If you ever nail down the concept of what you want to work on, please send a letter from the guild, and I'd be happy to review it. If it fits into something that we're able to invest in, I'd be more than happy to. You said your name was Brindle?
Yeah, Brindle Fallow. I'm actually relatively new in town, but yeah, just trying to make my way and trying to make the guild a little bit more prominent wherever there's opportunities. Can I roll a persuasion to try and persuade her to tell me a little bit more about how the gems here were selected to be on hand and where they came from?
Yes. Good. While this is happening, Lavinia, I know you said you were kind of following closely behind on this, so you would have pretty quickly caught up if you wanted to this conversation.
Yeah. I don't I don't think she's gonna jump in so much right away. Just kind of like skirt and listen to see what's going on. If she
Okay,
thinks that if she thinks something needs to happen, she'll jump in, but for now she's kind of just keeping an eye on them.
got it. Yeah,
That
you're able
was
to
a
kind of like
9. That was a
loiter.
9, by the way. So,
Okay. She kind of just pauses and says, I'll be honest. I'm very happy that you like the exhibit here, but I don't want to take away the I don't take the winds out of the sail of the curator. She put a lot of work into this, and I don't want
absolutely.
to take credit or show off her exhibit, right?
Would
But
Is she at the party tonight? Would I be able to give her an opportunity to show off her exhibit?
of course, she's right behind you, and points towards Miss Arkin over here.
Oh, okay.
Which it's been a couple months, but she was the one like walking around the room, like fussing around the organization and like giving people little histories about stuff.
Got it. Okay, for a second, I thought you were gonna point to the Countess Danforth again and redirect me back to my conversation.
No.
I was like, oh no.
Send you
Oh,
back
no.
from whence you came.
Like, good luck getting out of this nightmare.
So yeah, I will thank the count. Thank you so much for your time. I know you're going to be extremely busy and on this social occasion. So I appreciate your time. Thank you. And he bows a little bit and goes maybe off toward Alda Arkin.
Okay. Yeah, she nods politely back to you and kind of just loiters at a table over here. And just enjoys the ambiance. One of the servers brings her a drink, and she just simply just listens to the music and watches people move around. Um, that's Lavinia. You see this does take an extra half second to kind of watch Brindle with like some mild curiosity,
Kinda-
before then just kind of shrugging and drinking some champagne.
Like I'm not sure if I'm concerned enough to try to want to like do an insight check on that, or if it's just the general like reaction people have to Brindle. You know?
Could be either one. Uh, your call. Brindle, you kind of move over to the curator. I'll swivel around the rest of the party real quick. Oh, Lavinia, as you're pondering that. Riv, you're still downstairs, right? Kind of
I am.
enjoying the exhibits down there, which I think I closed that tab by accident. No, not a problem. What are you up to?
It has been so long that I'm trying to make sure I don't replicate any conversations that have been had. I know Luke wasn't really doing much beyond scoping things out last time, but I am interested in Dr. Stonecrusher.
Okay. Yeah, nobody's talked to Dr. Stonecrusher yet. All right.
I'd like to approach him.
He's over at one of these counters over here are kind of like gift shop counters, if you will. Because you can't leave the museum without buying something from the gift shop. So he's rolling over, you know, and he's like looking at a display of like small stones and minerals that are inside of a glass display that you could like buy for a couple copper or silver. And he's got his face kind of just like scrunched up against the glass, like looking at him pretty intently.
I think Luke walks up and just kind of stands nearby, gazing down at the counter and what is contained in it, and then glances at Dr. Stonecrusher and says, "Well, are they worth it?"
Oh, you gave me quite a start there. Well, guess it depends on your definition of worth it, right? Um, they they look quite good, I will say. Um, Someone did a damn fine job. I'd say basing it off the originals.
They are copies.
No, of course, cheap replica knockoffs of probably some of the nicer gem exhibits here. It's hard to tell, really. They did a very good job. I don't mean to take any no offense to them at all, but I've been doing this for years. I can spot the difference.
What do you do?
Hmm. Oh, hey, thank you for the follow. Oh, well, day to day, actually a surgeon, but I've been collecting and working with gemstones for almost 100 years now. Called a small passion project. You are?
Forgive me. I am Luke Black. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you. Dr. Stonecrusher, at your service.
Dr. Stonecrusher, that is an ironic name.
Right? Well, you know how they are in the Dwarven lands. They're pretty on brand with family names. Although I don't do as much stone crushing as polishing, but still, kind of hard to escape some traditions, right? But how are you this fine night?
I am good. It is an exciting event, is it not?
Well, I honestly expected a bit more of a turnout.
Really?
Go ahead and roll. Do me a favor. Roll give me a charisma check here. Just want to see how open and inviting Mr. Black seems.
17.
You know, with the yeah, probably read about it in the news. Museum hardship, right? I think they'd make a much bigger deal about it. Private gala if they really need the money, but I'm not the curator.
Yes, it would seem that this would be a good opportunity for donations and other support.
Of
People who
course,
want to help out causes like this, support the arts.
absolutely. That's why I'm here. But well, I mean, you can count the number of people here and how much it costs for people to get in. Like, seems like a lot, but to run a place like this, it's really not that many dragons. But anyway, I'm off on a tangent, so I'm sorry if that's putting a damper on your evening.
Not at all. Not at all. You are delightful company. I am still struck by the fact that you are a surgeon by day and have curated this hobby that you are an expert in, it sounds like, at night.
You know, a couple hours a week over the course of a century, really builds up. What are you drinking right now? And he like waves over to one of the servers and just says, "I got a pint of a stout, and for my friend here."
Hmm. Couple fingers of whiskey, please.
"Mm,
Neat.
good choice." And you see him toss a gold dragon onto the plate as a tip, which no one else has tipped, by the way. He's the first person who's actually just like throwing an actual. I don't know if that's like faux pas or what. But he does it, and the server's like, "Yup," and pockets that shit immediately.
And so are you here to primarily support, or are you here to see one of the exhibits?
Well, I'll put up in a note real quick. Sorry about that. There we go. Is this note? I'm here to see the emerald, of course. Huge display, massive find. There's all that nasty business where they thought, well, rumor has it might have been lost for good, but seems like it wasn't. So, want to get eyes on it before some other unfortunate thing happened and it fell off the grid again. Priceless, priceless gemstone.
Forgive me, I may not know the history as well as you do. What is it about this emerald that has you so entranced?
Well, it's more of a rumor mill type of thing, but supposedly once upon a time it actually was here in the city and was supposed to be transported out. There was a whole investigation about a series of shipwrecks and piracy and the possibility that like it was targeted or stolen. Um, very hush hush kind of stuff, but people down at the docks talk about it a lot. It's kind of a fun pastime, stories and the like. But it came up again recently because Captain Zod hosting Fleet's Wake, right? He kind of like looks around, watched a whole investigation to him about whether or not he was involved in piracy, and a lot of people think that he tried to steal this thing once upon a time. No evidence, but it was certainly big news for a little while. But he is cleared of all suspicions and remains a dutiful citizen of Waterdeep.
All of that sounds so scandalous.
Mm-hmm. And then the next thing you know, the gem just appears. And if I recall correctly, I think he had something to do with its recovery or saving. There's a bunch of rumors out there, but some paint him as a hero. I don't know. But the gem's back. I'm happy about that.
Have you had the opportunity to lay eyes on it yet?
I was waiting until the curator announced the formal portion of the evening. A lot of people up there. We give it some space
Well,
to clear out a bit.
that makes sense. It would be hard to get a good look with so many people around it.
Oh, you're welcome to hang out here if you'd like. Want to play a game?
I am always interested in games. What were you thinking, Doctor?
Well, it's a game of trust. We're going to take a look at some of these gemstone exhibits. And I want you to tell me if you think they're real or they're fake. If you want, we can put a copper on it for each guess. Friendly wager.
Friendly wager. Yes, I would be very interested in that, though what I would especially be interested in is being there when you have a chance to see this emerald. Just on the off chance, it's maybe not what it seems.
Fair enough. Work our way upstairs. And he grabs his stout and starts walking up the stairs with you. Game on. B, what are you up to?
I am trying to remember. As I recall, I was in the conversation with uh
Good old Yvette over here.
Yvette,
Yeah.
and can you remind me what she'd said about the silence?
She said that she asked you if you knew what the silence was because she overheard the guards talking about the silence and thought, is that some sort of exhibit?
Oh.
And when she went to look around, obviously didn't see it.
Mm.
And so you being another museum aficionado talking about like how it's annoying when people talk to you at museums, but the exhibits are great was like, did you see this by the way? But the people
Mhm.
talking about it were this guard here and this guard here that were kind of clustered together here. And then when you came in, we're like, we'll talk about this later, and then split up. Just so happened that Yvette was kind of sitting there enjoying like a coffee.
Right. And I can't remember how I ended that conversation or if I was like, I don't know what that is. Haha.
I think you were like, cool, 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 cool. Because I think that's slightly after she mentioned that she worked for the Waterdeep like Central Library.
Right. And so we were just chatting about the library. Um and so yeah, I think we just kind of keep chatting about the library. I think um I sort of, as we're sort of chatting about the library, I eventually sort of asked, so what brought you to to the party here, uh, to the museum tonight?
Hmm. Honestly, research. It's a big event. I wanted to get a chance to just record what I could of it to make sure I actually was a part of something. And then plus, I'll be honest, work paid for it, and that makes that really easy to, you know, enjoy the event. If I'd had to come out of pocket, it would have hurt a little more. Um,
Oh, yes.
yes.
What is your specialty? What's your research field?
So I dual specialize. The primary focus I have is actually the colossal statues around Waterdeep.
The ones that are rumored to come alive to
Hmm.
defend the city?
Yes. Yes. Or the ones that like, they're rumored to come alive because there's centuries of some type, or also some people don't know where they came from exactly, and so they're not quite sure about like whether or not they are defensive sentinels or actual problems, or some of them are like rumored to be monsters that were turned to stone that could one day return back to like their fleshy forms and kill everyone. And so that's been a point of real interest for well for me and my department, mostly on the making sure that they're not going to come alive and kill everybody field. You know.
Well,
So and
that's
then I guess secondary is transmutation magic, but I'm not really a wizard, more of a
I understand. I'm actually a specialist in arcane architecture. So the in how that's my research. I'm in grad school right now, so I'm not a full full scholar, but that's what I'm studying at the moment. I've been a mason for oh yonks, just for ages and ages and ages. And the But yeah, I've been studying arcane architecture. I I would love to, if there's anything I could do to help out your research, that would be amazing.
I'd be happy to collaborate, because I know you guys talked a lot last session too, so she's like, "This is my card, you can take it, like, please come by my office." I'm happy to do any type of tool research. I was actually trying to secure a research agreement here at the museum. The curator is less interested in a joint academic pursuit, which is unfortunate, but,
Oh,
you know,
that's strange. You'd think a museum would be totally into that.
I I don't know, maybe it was the way I approached it. She was very uninterested in having a academic collaboration or review of the museum's activities. I probably said something that annoyed her, and well, that ended that. But hey, the drinks are still free, so that's fine by me.
Well, that's always something.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, I think B will sort of continue chatting and sort of until something else happens, sort of to sort of wind things off, or until they sort of go to like move away. And I think basically at that point, B is going to
Huh.
oh B is going to start eavesdropping on every guard's conversation she can to get more information on the silence.
Okay. Very
Like
cool.
to the point where she's not going to send her familiar on it, but like, yeah. Uh I think if there might be a point where she starts to, if there's a place where she like stops to go to the bathroom or something, she may commune with her familiar to sort of see what it's doing. Um but mostly she's going to be stalking these guys.
Gotcha.
I think she actually stalks those guys. Oh, what's my wisdom's 14. I'm going to check in with my familiar first.
Go ahead and roll a. I think it's going to be investigate actually, as you're kind of deliberately trying to figure out information. While that's happening, Lavinia, you said you're kind of watching what's kind of going on with people.
Watching
Um,
it, watching that, thinking about like the plan and what they need. Like she's been thinking about the fact that they need like what they're actually going to do to get the gemstone, and so she's kind of thinking about the supplies that we have. So like the 2 potions of disguise self and the 1 of invisibility, and the grappling hook to get onto the roof. And she's been thinking about
mhm.
how if we just get on the roof and 2 people after it closes, and then 2 people disguise themselves as guards, and 1 person makes themselves invisible, then you can have 2 people like openly walk the floor and like send other people away from an area while someone grabs the stone and then just walk out the front door. But like one of the things we need to do that is probably a key card from one of these active guards. So somebody needs to steal one of those, but in order to do that, there probably needs to be some kind of a distraction.
As a reminder, you all have a telepathic bond on right now,
Yes.
so like you can very easily communicate these things back and forth. So
And Riv has told
Yeah.
you, if I'm
Yeah.
remembering, that there is a key card on one of the guards that they
Yeah.
saw.
Yeah,
yeah,
and then you saw one on a key card downstairs, and then one of the security guards in this room is not particularly paying a lot of attention. What is their name? Um,
I
the
think that
distract.
was Bandara. That name might be shuffled because of the map reconstitution.
I've
Uh,
got
it was
I've got
also
a
Serena.
Serena. Hold
I
on.
think it was Serena was one of the other
Oh,
ones.
and that's
Serena, the one I was talking to, who I
there
weirded
we go.
out.
I was gonna say there was one on the first floor and one on the second floor. So I was just forgetting.
After hearing Riv's description of like the key card, and Riv, the important thing you saw too was that like there are wall patterns that do not look anything like key card readers, that the guards do to walk up to and place a key card on. And so you know for a fact, like if you have a key card, you can access like this hidden area because you know exactly where the card goes. But once you describe the card to the rest of the party, you all very quickly realize that like it seems like almost every guard has a key card.
Yeah.
Um,
So
they
it
are
was
seem to be like attached to their belts.
Do the At one point I saw a janitor going through one of those access doors.
Down here.
Do the janitors have key cards too?
So it was actually one of the guards grabbing janitorial equipment to clean up a spilled drink.
Oh, okay.
You haven't seen any like janitorial staff here.
The guards just doing double duty,
Yeah,
only
double
but
and
duties as assigned.
at the same time, like this is one of those like, hey, if you start looking for it, like I don't have the servers on the map either. So like, there's janitors somewhere. They're gonna clean them up after this party.
Okay.
You know, but yeah, they opened this door, which is seamless from the wall, and you realize you could probably just walk through rooms, which is kind of nice. Um, grabbed a mop, cleaned up a spilled drink, and then put the thing back. So you could hide in a storage closet theoretically until the museum closed, assuming nobody checked it.
Yeah.
Or you can come into the roof.
Or if you were invisible, you could hide in the closet because they wouldn't see you there.
My only concern with that is that those potions have time limits, and so it's like you would want to take it right before you start. So basically, Lavinia, in her infinite awkwardness of being in a situation like this, is just like standing in the corner with her drink, just thinking about this and trying to decide if it would be better to wait until the natural distraction of the announcement of whatever the curator is going to say, or part of her wants to go just fuck with that captain a little bit because she keeps hearing him spouting a lot of bullshit about the Silver Plains.
I like both. I do need you to be fair. Roll a d20, and you were looking for an 11 or above. It's just a flat roll.
We're gonna see if this green one will treat me well. Ooh. No.
Word. All right, what do you want to do?
How late into the evening is it? Does it look like the curator is going to be doing anything anytime soon besides just like flitting around this room?
Yeah, at a dramatically appropriate time, she's going to give a speech about the origins of the gem and thank people for coming. So if you wanted to wait until that happened, this is you're doing stuff at the party, and eventually you can walk up and say, press X to hear the curator speak, and then it triggers the cutscene. So I'm giving you guys the opportunity to get right before.
Well, I guess actually what it needs, because here's the thing. Lavinia is not going to be the one to steal the key card. She's not skilled enough to do that. So I guess what she has to do is she has to, on the comms, she has to ask who is, if a distraction were to happen, who is in a position to grab one.
Good question.
It's not me. You don't want me doing that. I'll fuck it up.
I mean, if you're actually reaching out and asking, then
I'm just trying to get who's on deck for grabbing.
So I guess while Brindle's walking on his way over to start talking with all the Arkan, he'll glance around the room and just see. Well, like who though? Who would he be taking a key card from?
So
Brindle doesn't necessarily have all this information, right?
Yeah. So Serena is one of the ones in this room that I identified early, the last session, is not taking her job the most seriously right now.
Mm.
She's already a little bit distracted.
I'll make life easy for you too. Every guard has a key card.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of how attentive those guards are.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, you did say that. I didn't know that was something Brindle knew.
That was something that Riv would have been able to tell Riv 1 after they identified
okay.
with the card.
Then Brindle will just look over and kind of look around the room. Let's assume that also was mentioned that Serena had been kind of maybe not super professional, and like kind of how many people are in that area. I mean, obviously I see all the kind of nearby and Jessica Cohorst over there, but like, I mean, is that all of the people there? How many people do we really have to worry about?
That's all of them. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna gig you for people that aren't on the map. They're just there from when we need them to like bring drinks and shit.
Okay. Then yeah, Brindle will be like, okay, I'm en route to talk to somebody, but like I will look for an opportunity to get over near Serena if you want to make a distraction at some point.
Sergio does come over the comms and also says, if you need a distraction, I can also provide something if that helps. We've got a couple of options.
But I do want to talk with Alda first though before we do anything.
Yeah. I think given that, Lavinia will kind of like sidebar with Sergio, I guess, while that goes on.
Actually, what's your preference on that actually? Because literally he was walking over to Alda Arkan to talk about the thing that you just said she was going to give an announcement about. He was going to start asking her about the origins of all the gems in here and then kind of work his way toward the What is the official name of the one we're after?
The official name is called the Cosmic Emerald.
Yes, the Cosmic Emerald. So he was going to try and direct the conversation toward more about where that may have come from, but if she already has a speech prepared, I mean, we could always just, I could always, and not going to make you do the spiel like more than once, I guess was the thing. So
Okay. Yeah, what I'll do then in that case is as she starts, an announcement comes across the magical PA system and says, ladies and gentlemen, please, if anyone would like to hear the curator's dedication of the Cosmic Emerald and a brief history on the exhibit, please proceed to the second floor gem viewing exhibit. At which point, Dr. Stonecrusher just kind of grabs Luke and is like, oh, come on, let's see if this thing's real. Right. And
good. Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt that little game either because that's going to be super interesting. So okay.
All right. And start kind of getting people to filter in. It's going to get packed in here pretty quick. There are some people who actually do not go upstairs. Actually, she'd stay where she's at. She would stay in here. B, if you don't go, Yvette stays with you.
I will. I think B will kind of like hang out outside the door, honestly, just because it's like, and I think she will sort of say to Yvette, like, I am 2 feet tall and that room is going to be full of people. I am not at a great height for crowds of humans.
She looks at you and goes, "No, I get it. Plus, there's a lot of people in that room. Like,
There's a
it's
lot of people. But I do want to hear the announcement. I do want to hear about the rock. It's a big rock.
so
I got a dirty 20 on that investigation check, which I assume is for my bird on the roof. Looking for roof access.
looking for roof access." Okay,
Or we're
I thought you were looking for guards that were talking about the silence. Roof access. Okay,
well,
easy.
yeah, I mean, because I was going to be checking in with my bird. I was also going to try to eavesdrop on guards. But if we're moving just straight into this, then yeah, I want to be checking on my bird.
This little knockoff Louvre glass pyramid, right,
Huh?
is the main roof access. It is your bird is able to kind of like show you since you can see through your familiar's eyes.
Hmm.
Um, it is solid glass. There's no like skylight or door you can open in it, but you can tell since you've done enough kind of abjuration work, it's not reinforced, right? Like uh, you could break it pretty easily, but it'd make a
Is
hell of a lot of noise. But that would take you directly inside. You can see vaguely into like a looks like a storage area or attic with like
Where are the vents? There's got to be ventilation in there. Where are the holes that rats have made? The holes that birds have made for nests? That's what I'm going to set my sparrow to finding. I want to see how is my
okay.
sparrow going to get in from the roof? Not necessarily human-sized access, but what's the bird-sized access
Yeah, there's a couple
points?
places where like a bird about yay big could like wiggle their way through some outside vents and get into like probably the bathrooms, honestly,
Okay, okay. So
which are here, by the way.
I'm gonna get my bird. I'm gonna get my bird inside.
Now I need a token. Okay.
Sorry. I'm gonna get my bird inside. I want to get my bird into the attic. Um,
I forgot about that. I have one in here by chance.
and I want. I actually, you know what I want my bird to be looking for on the roof is any disturbed footprints. Actually,
There are
who else has
footprints.
been up here? Has there been someone up here recently while my bird is up there?
There is not.
Okay.
That one I can tell you right away. So you're getting the Raven Queen for now.
Oh, cool. Cool. The Raven Queen.
Yep.
This is a house sparrow that is probably weighs less than this ink.
Bird. Okay.
Sure, she's the Raven Queen.
Saved the time of having to create a new one.
Oh yeah,
So it was either that or Necroquarry. But
fair.
cool. Yeah, your bird comes in, everyone else kind of starts to cram in, and Alda Arkin
So
gives
this seems like a good distraction.
it is a great distraction.
So when the announcement was made, Brindle will mention that over our secret comms and make his way sort of
I was so hoping that you all would let this whole narration go and then go, we need a distraction, and I could do like, oh, like that, like the Firefly moment of like, that was a distraction we could have used.
Yeah.
I was like, they're gonna just let this happen. Oh, okay, good catch.
No.
Good
I was just
catch.
letting talk happen. I didn't want to interrupt, but no, Brindle sees it.
Yeah.
So here we go. And yeah, he's going to stand a little closer to Serena than the Countess. Hopefully, maybe Serena noticed how awkward the conversation was between the Countess and I, and understands that I wouldn't want to stand too close to her.
Okay. Excellent. Then Castlander also takes a front row seat area. Okay, what do you want to do with this distraction? Because the curator starts talking. And I'll dive into that in a second. But the lights dim. There's a little bit of dramatic music that comes from a little bit of prestidigitation that kind of adds a little bit of ambiance to this dramatic display and opening.
Now, clearly, as a
thank you for the
simple
follow.
farmer, my hands are more made for hoes and rakes and shovels and axes, whatnot. Like, but I'll give it my best shot to maybe try and snag this key card off of this person. So where is the key card exactly? Am I able to see it? Is it hanging and it's in a pocket? Like,
from what
did Lavinia let me know exactly where it was? Yeah.
From what was conveyed, they seem to be on like a retractable lanyard that are on people's belts.
Nifty.
So they just
I like knots. I like knots and clasps and things. That's fine. It's fine. So yeah, how interested does Serena seem to be in kind of what else is going on around? Like, how distracted is this person?
The curator begins her speech with, the cosmic emerald was thought to be lost to the ocean. At least lost to the ages, lost to the city, the history of the city, and lost to its great people until recently when a hero emerged. And like she just turns and is watching this whole speech as like, the lights dim a bit. Like I said, the colors change a bit from a combination of some like prestidigitation and some not the light spell, but the other spell that creates lights. Dancing lights. There we go. And Serena is just captivated. Lavinia managed to establish earlier that she's more into the exhibits than she is into the security piece, and like this is just like, wow, yeah, I'm getting paid to stand here and watch this. Like this is great. So it's just lost to it.
Very cool. I like hearing that. I like seeing that. History is interesting. Gems are even more interesting. Heck yeah, go Serena. But I'm gonna steal her thing. So let's see here. What do you want?
Answer for the hose. Okay, I see it. Like, what did we get redeemed for Crazy Knot? Yeah.
Hose and clasps. So let's see here. What am I? If I want to, pilfer this object off this distracted person, what would you like me to roll for?
This is a sleight of hand
I'm also
check.
trying to keep an eye out on. Hopefully the Countess Danforth is well absorbed in the speech and her thoughts of how to sell things to people. But yeah.
So do you need a distraction for your distraction?
I do think honestly, like there's a moment where she thinks about talking to you again, then sees Riv and Dr. Stone, or sees Luke and Dr. Stonecrusher come in, and she just like whispers quietly, like, "How would you like to be your own boss?" And like it's very, very much focused on them and not you. But It's a sleight of hand check.
Luke is a good distraction when walking in the room, so it's good. It's good.
Luke looks like he's got some money.
All right. What do you want me to? There's not a specific pickpocket roll, right? So
it is sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand
is minute manipulation and or like dexterity type things. And
right.
the DC is super hella high on this.
Okay.
What is the can he get like a advantage since I pointed out Serena specifically to him?
Well, let's see who gets first.
Oh.
I feel like that's
16.
the help action. I feel like that's an advantage.
16.
Ooh.
You managed to. How do you take this thing?
How do I take it? Where did you say what piece of clothing is it kind of attached to? Is it on the shirt? Is it on the pants?
It's attached to the belt.
The belt. Oh, yeah. Great.
It's like a little like zip, about 2 feet of.
So I will continue to kind of like seem like I am drawn in a little bit by the positioning myself to see Alda Arkin a little bit better, right? You know, gonna look around a person, and that happens to put me kind of like right near Serena. And I will reach down. I don't have to do a whole. It's not like too far from where I'm standing. I don't have to bend over or anything like that. And just kind of while seeming to pay attention to what's going on, undo. Is it like a knot, a clasp? Like, how is this thing actually attached to the rope?
It's like a little loop that goes around the belt and clips, and then there's just basically the like retractable lanyard piece. So you can cut it, or you can like actually detach the loop on the button.
Yep. I don't want to do like a cutting action. I think that would be a little too obvious. I want to do this a little more stealthily. So I'm going to like actually undo the little clasp that connects the card to the retractable lanyard part of it. So right there at the card. So
you hold your breath for a second as you like undo this clasp and pocket the key. There's a sudden
slowly, because I don't think this is going to be a short speech. I feel like this is going to take a while. So I don't do any sudden movements or anything. I just take my time and very thoroughly like undo the little knot. Yeah.
There's a sudden movement from Serena as she and multiple others burst into applause at the name Captain of Captain Zod, as the curator is talking about heroes finding this gem, which probably gives you a brief heart attack for a second as she moves right as you move, but you're like, settle down, and then she does not seem to notice that you've
very cool
taken this key
card. Okay.
Her perception was not great on that roll.
Oh, good.
Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
You picked a very good time. She rolled a disadvantage.
Oh, good.
Lavinia, do me a favor and also make a perception check for me. I think you're the. Ooh, hold on.
Oh, for what it's worth, after pocketing it, I will telepathically let everybody know that I have a key card from Serena.
Good job.
Riv, you can make one at disadvantage.
Ooh, that's a 19 for Lavinia.
Okay.
That was perception.
Yeah.
That is, where is my perception? There's my perception. That is a 16 with disadvantage.
Okay. Riv, during the speech you hear is a couple toasts, a couple parts of applause, right? I will give you the wave tops because the curator does talk for a very long time. The Cosmic Emerald, its origins are unknown, but it actually was brought into the city. And recently discovered it was brought into the city under the effects of, some scandalous and not so legal methods, which was fine until piracy and greed took over and the gem was thought to be lost to brigands at sea. But with the aid of Captain Zod helping the Harbor Brigade, and it turns out just as this ship was beset upon by pirates, they set up flares for assistance, right? the Harbor Brigade was just too far away. But luckily, Captain Zod's ship was already there, and he managed to deter the pirates and save the Sea Maid. Yes, the Sea Maid, which is the name of the ship, as the Harbor Brigade showed up, and Captain Zod, of course, saving the day, making everyone safe and secure. Right. The tone of this is heroic, for sure. And a lot of people applaud Captain Zod, who is also, it's been a minute, the host of Fleet's Wake for his acts of bravery and courage. Lavinia, you would know, it's been a hot topic on whether or not like he's actually a good dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to send you something.
Oh.
Just so you can have it. This would be more like a general knowledge that Lavinia would have. And probably wouldn't have cared about until this speech and this information. But enjoy that.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
So I assume at some point you will probably investigate this information, so I'm just gonna get ahead of you.
Out of curiosity, what's the scuttlebutt around the harbor about Zod and his piracy?
It's 50-50. There are like legitimately some people are like, this dude rocks. He is the best freaking person in existence. I would follow him to the ends of the earth. And some people are like, because he's a good person and can be trusted. And some people are like, because he's a pirate and we'll get money out of him. But that like opening statement stays the same consistently.
Okay, everybody loves him. Some people love him because he's a pirate. Some people love him because he's a hero.
Yeah.
Some people love him because he's a pirate hero.
Yes. He's got that riz. People just like him.
Brindle wants to be this person.
So
everybody wants to be this person.
Yes. Even some of the guards are like, he's kind of cool.
Everyone loves a highwayman,
right?
Even
Julia,
the water
you're biased.
highwayman.
You are biased.
I am not. Who could be biased about that? Just a fact. That's an objective fact, JD.
Also, I don't recall if I actually spell checked that document, but enjoy your 4 pages. So,
Criminy.
While that happens, during the applaud, somebody accidentally drops or knocks their drink off of a table, and Riv, you hear the smash of some glass, and you kind of look over and you see like a little bit of fumbling here. Very quickly, a server comes in, cleans it up, and rolls out. Lavinia, on a 19, you catch some odd movement from Conrad Clem, who you don't know, but this gentleman in his red and blue coat. And quickly, profusely apologizes, and then the curator continues with her speech.
And so he was the one who dropped his glass?
Yes. Okay. But it struck you as odd, like the way he moved after he dropped his glass just was like it was off. I don't know.
Like he was bumped?
It is hard to describe because it happens so fast out of your peripheral vision in a slightly darkened room. But there's like a response that people who like they drop their glass and they're like, oopsie doodle, I'm so sorry. Or they like try to catch it or something. Like he didn't do any of those things. Like he dropped the glass and his hands were elsewhere.
Okay.
It's just not sitting right with you.
I'm just going to keep a locked in on him for a little bit.
But the curator talks at length about these seafaring adventures and just hypes Captain Zod because she reminds you that Fleet's Wake starts at midnight. It's such a big deal to have this hero bring this gem in, who is the hero of the city. So there's this huge, it's a PR pitch, right? And at the end of it, just says, if anybody's interested in talking about more of the exhibits, you're welcome to stay. But please, I wish you all the best. I have one more thing to do real quick. Then we'll take a break after that. But I need to pull up one more thing. She says, I wish you all just take a moment and please reflect on the serene beauty of the cosmic emerald and the journey that it took to get here and the, well, elaborate and amazing history that could have been lost were it not for, well, the great actions of a heroic few. So please take a moment to reflect on that. And you see, like, the rest of the lights dim and the emerald itself has a little light on the platform that glows a bit. I would like that is not everyone that's not B to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh,
But not
And
B.
that was some glass breaking. Dang.
you are outside of the. That is a D12. That's not going to help me.
I just rolled a nat 1.
Oh
Hell
no!
yeah.
Ooh.
And I'm at a 5.
JD,
Uh-huh.
I just rolled a nat 20. It's a 23 for Lavinia.
Hell yeah. 23. Good roll. Bellum got a 5. Oof.
I got a nat 1, which brings me to a whole 3.
Hell yeah.
Brindle has no extra wisdom.
No wisdom to spare.
No wisdom to spare.
As you all stare at this cosmic emerald, there's a mix of reactions around the room. Some people, gasp. Some people just sigh in a relaxed tone. Some people have no reaction. Then they just blink a little bit, kind of whisper to their friends. B, I will ask you the question. Are you like on your tiptoes trying to see this exhibit, or are you just enjoying your time outside?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? My brain
Oh,
buzzed.
I'm giving you an option here. Are you on your tiptoes, like trying to see this exhibit, or are you just outside, like bullshit with the event?
I am 2.5 feet tall. Even on my tiptoes, there's no way I could see this exhibit.
I
I
agree
am
with you.
looking at an array of well-clothed backsides.
They're all hot.
I That's really cool. But yeah, there's no way unless I asked someone to put me on their shoulders that I would be able to see the exhibit.
Okay,
And I have my. I'm not going to say I didn't think about it, but I have not actually asked anyone to put me on their shoulders. So no, I'm just listening.
fair enough. Lavinia, the cosmic emerald is beautiful and it's very peaceful to look at. Kind of a brief serenity washes over you, very like calm and cool feeling. Then that quickly just fades as the lights come up. The time from the curator asking for you to take that moment to reflect on it and lights coming up is about, you'd estimate 10, maybe 15 seconds tops. Riv and Brindle, I'm going to send you a message. There's one for Brindle, one for Riv. No immediate effect. But that's what you feel as this gemstone lights up. And then the lights. I'll give you a moment to read that. This is a lot.
Wow.
Send it to the audience.
While while they're reading that, what is
Send it to you.
Conrad's reaction to the gemstone? How did he respond?
There's a brief moment where Conrad like looks at this thing, and you start to see like he's almost fixated on it, and then he blinks for a second, and like looks around the room, and actually would make eye contact with you, Lavinia. And the only reason for that is because as he like looks around and realizes that like you're the only two not looking at the gem.
I'll keep that eye contact.
And he just like gives you a like a noted and like somewhat confused look of like, okay, it's like, hey, I see you. You see this is weird. I don't know. And then like goes back to looking at everyone else in the room.
Do I notice anything from out in the room? Like, has the room gone quiet?
It did, but it makes sense based on the ambiance. Like you can roll investigation if you want to try to figure out something weird happened.
Yeah, I want. Yeah, I'm gonna roll investigation. Oh, I turned on detect magic way earlier. I've had that on.
Hey, you detect incredibly strong enchantment magic.
Oh, uh,
Thank you for reminding me about that.
yeah, I've
Uh,
had that on.
like it pulses and damn near like staggers you.
Oh, oh, uh, uh, let's can I identify its source?
Yep,
Where's it come from?
gem.
Gem. Oh, interesting.
That overcomes.
Yes, that's overcomes. There is incredibly strong enchantment magic coming from that gemstone.
That would explain everyone's fixation.
For
Yeah.
Brindle and Riv, there's like probably about a minute where you're hearing people talk and react, but it's the far away underwater kind of sensation. And it's honestly annoying
Ooh,
and distracting. And then that
did
starts
it
to fade as you kind of tune back
Yeah.
into noise.
did it
Coming
fade
out of that, I think Brindle's actually gonna. It's pretty. There's a lot of people in here. I think Brindle's gonna leave the room and head off to a quieter part of the museum.
Okay.
Uh,
Brindle leaves. I'll let you put yourself where you want. There are a couple other people that leave. Amelia Castellanter also leaves. She kind of like gives like a little. Actually, doesn't even make a gesture. She just walks out, and her bodyguards kind of follow her. She kind of heads to a quieter spot over here. Captain Frank leaves. Conrad stays. The guards don't move. Curator doesn't move. Dr. Stonecrusher. I think he just sits there with Riv. Countess leaves. And that's
does Brindle
Jessica
know
actually
that
goes. Jessica leaves the party.
Fucking dips.
Yeah, and like
leaves?
Lavinia, you see this, and so do you. The people just like walk out and like just aren't. They're not like in a trance or anything like that. They're not doing like some weird zombie shuffle, but they're just like, holy, they've just woken up. Is the best way to describe it, and they're not quite in tune with like their surroundings at this point, as they like just walk around and
and
slowly
some
like
people
start to clip back on.
and some people are fully stopped. Is Yvetta affected?
She's
Is
not.
Yvette? Huh?
Nope.
She's not affected.
So just as Brindle's walking out and walking over toward where he's heading, he did have an idea. Does or he might have anyway. It was shared? It was shared that we all know that the key card can get us into these closets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You going in a closet, buddy?
Oh, Bedlam's going in. Sorry, Brindle's going in a closet.
Excuse me for one moment.
Excuse me. Just but quite like he's not like unaware. He realizes he's got to do this without being noticed. So where is the close? Are all these red lines? Like that's not. Those are doorways, right? Not necessarily like
those are closets.
Those are closets.
Well, then how do we get in and out of the gemstone room if those are all like closet? Oh, I see.
No,
that looked red on my screen for a second.
This,
yeah, okay.
And this over here.
If he came out and just walked right over here, would there have been at the time anybody, so many people, do you think?
I think you would have been the first out, so B would have seen you, but nobody else would have really noticed that.
All right. I mean, originally he was heading over here anyway to this quiet area.
Yeah.
But I think he sees this door and just goes into this closet right here.
Make a quick stealth check for me.
I can do that. That is a 15.
Yeah, you duck into this closet and just disappear.
Okay. I let everybody know that I had this idea that I should hide in the closet until things clear out later, and I can pass the key card off to somebody else if they want to come find me here.
You look around and you notice that like you're basically the walkway is about 10 feet to the other door. And it's pretty clear, but on both sides of the wall there's just like shelves of what looks like spare equipment and cleaning supplies.
Is there anything I can hide behind in case somebody comes in?
In here, you might be able to like crawl onto the top of a shelf and like hope nobody sees you as you walk through. It's such a small room.
I'll do that.
You got your tranquilizer darts. You'll be fine.
I mean, there's a possibility to just walk in and don't look up, but like it's so small. Okay, I'm good with that. What's Riv doing in reaction to this?
I think for Riv, they come out of this, and not dissimilarly to Brindle and others, the room feels too loud, but they're also used to environments like that, being in the theater. And so they try to kind of school their expression into one of neutrality. They got a 12 on their performance check.
Yeah.
Not the best. And so I think they end up just looking over at Dr. Stonecrusher and then look back at where the emerald was just lit up and say, "What was that?"
He's gripping his stout with like both hands and just very, very calmly but very securely. And he just goes, not a fake, I'll tell you that much.
Can't imagine a fake could do that.
Guys, I need data. I need data, guys. You gotta tell me what this made you see.
I need some air. If you'll excuse me, Mr. Luke. I'm gonna go downstairs and get some air.
Of course.
And I think you rolled a very high charisma, so I think he does actually leave you with a like calling card.
Nice.
Of like,
get him and Polo together.
Yeah, it's like, hey, if you ever want to like get serious about gem collecting or need a medical service, whatever, he just say, hey, my card. It's networking.
Absolutely.
But he goes downstairs and kind of like enjoys kind of the more quiet display area. B, what are you trying to ask for?
I need to know what this enchantment spell is. I need to know what this enchantment spell, what triggered it, and what it has done to my friends.
Uh,
Uh,
you can go ahead and roll Arcana, just based on like the information you have from being close to this thing going off.
ugh, it's a 10. I rolled a 4.
Okay.
Um,
It is you have issues kind of trying to lock in what it is, but like you definitely are confident in high power enchantment magic.
I'm going to, if I can't get anything out of Riv, if Riv and Brindle don't answer my
No,
request
I
for data.
think Riv would. I think, like, especially once Dr. Stonecrusher has left them, they would just say it made everything quiet. It was so still, and I don't remember the last time I felt that calm.
Uh, that was not nearly as strong for me.
I didn't want to leave. I didn't want it to stop.
I mean, it was only 15, like maybe 10, 15 seconds. It was
No,
short.
no, it it was much longer than that.
Dramatically longer in your mind.
There's no
Oh,
way it was just 15 seconds.
Oh, it
How
was.
how versatile is this telepathic connection? Is it only words, or can we share an
Do you want to screen
experience?
share?
You want to just psychically project?
Can
It's a fucking
I
it's a psychic
take
Teams call, so you can screen share your PowerPoints. You know what?
uh
I will go with I will call this a. This is not the spell at all. Arcana check. To try to telepathically share images or feelings. um,
yeah, it's an 8. Yeah.
it's not great.
Yeah.
I like where your head's at though.
So Brindle's doing his best to share without oh man, without bothering himself. He's taking this because this wish for nothing more that you put in here kind of pretty seriously. So try not to be too strict about it, but like he's
To be clear, that does fade. It is not
okay.
you're not locked into that. That is just a sensation you feel for what feels like a very, very long time, and then it fades as you wake up from it. But it is very easy to remember that sensation and feel it strongly when you think about it. So there's
given
no GS or like mind control.
given this
Okay,
information,
okay, good. Okay.
do I have a shot at identifying the spell? Given this information on its effect, can I roll another Arcana? Can I try again?
Uh, that's boring. What you could do, um, is look for more information sources. Um, I'll I'll point this out to you. Um, you know that the museum employees were talking about the silence. You know that the curator is in charge of the museum, and you did see that there are a series of offices down here when you first came in that are off limits. So there's a possibility there's more information out there you could glean. You could also just straight up go after the curator and be like, "What the hell is that?" But
Hmm.
I think
The
you'd have
director,
to.
that is.
It could work.
Um,
You have options,
Interesting.
but I think you need more information to proceed forward.
So as they're describing that, given what I know, does this sound like something I would have been familiar with?
Yes, that's something you can easily intuit.
Cool.
Um, and that's concerning.
Who did I hear talking about the silence before?
It would have been these two guards.
Which ones?
Gren-
Okay, Grendor and Brendara.
Yeah.
Grendor.
Okay, B is going to leave and kind of march sort of right over. And which one of them looks the most no, Brendara is the one who's in direct line of sight.
They can both. I mean, they're both good fighters.
That is fine. Does not matter. B is going to march over to the very first one and just look like straight, like right up in her eye. Say, what do you know about what just happened in that room?
Brendara looks at you and just goes, I mean, that was the gem dedication, and we've been planning it for months. Been in the newspaper. It's the whole reason we're having this gala. Do you need us to call you a carriage? You had
What do you know about the silence?
go ahead and roll an insight check.
Can I roll this with advantage?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, that is that's 17, and that's a uh another, oh, that's a 8. So 17.
Uh, very clearly is like you see her eyebrows kind of like go up, look at you. She looks like kind of over towards Grendor, looks back at you and goes, "Never heard of that. There's another exhibit I can help you find. More than happy to point you in the right direction." But you see like all the physical characteristics of someone who got caught off guard.
Mm. Hmm.
We have dinosaur skeletons out there. A lot of people are really into that. Press the button, moves around, roars. Yeah, it's real neat.
I think B is going to narrow her eyes and sort of again sort of do the thing that sometimes you'll see very short people do, but sort of like pull herself up very regally. So it does not matter that she is 2.5 feet tall in this moment. And she is going to say the first line of a call and response prayer. In the beginning, there was nothing.
She looks at you and honestly tilts her head into confusion.
I'm sorry. Case of mistaken identity.
And you see that Grendor has gone out the back room, has walked off somewhere else in the museum.
I'm going to send my bird after him. Like
Okay.
just twittering up through the thing. I'm
It's
tailing.
like to the fence. Yeah. No, I dig it. I dig
Birds
it.
get in buildings all the time, man. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm sending the bird after him, and I'm going to basically I'm going to give Sergio all this information. I'm not telling him about the silence, but I am telling him about the enchantment effect, high level enchantment magic. I cannot identify the source. I cannot identify the spell. It appears it may be related to something called the silence.
He hears all this, and then it says, is everyone okay? Do you need an excuse to leave?
I don't think it affected me, and I don't think it affected B, but Brindle's in a closet?
I think you might be. I think you might be okay now. I could probably come out, but the problem is I don't know what's on the other side of the door, and if I open it, somebody's going to notice it opening, and I can't see who's out there, so I'm kind of stuck now.
I cannot stress this enough. You should take care of yourself. However, if you are in a good place to remain for the duration of this endeavor, then I suggest you stay. But
I mean, it's probably not a bad plan to stay here. I'm okay staying here. I'm all right. It's nice and quiet in here. I'm okay.
Okay. The rest of you, do you need a quick excuse to leave without being alerting?
No. I'm good.
Are you, B?
Yes. I'm fine.
Lavinia's just gonna make direct eye contact with Luke, just like...
Yeah, Luke shares that expression.
Press X to doubt.
Okay.
High level at mass enchantment magic like that is extremely powerful.
Well, is it an enchantment that somebody did, or is it just the gem itself?
I don't know.
I have no insight into this either, and it happened to me. I'm not sure.
I would suggest, if that is the case, then to get away from the origin for at least some time to clear your thoughts. Brindle, if you feel you're safe in the closet, that is probably fine. Line of sight tends to be the enchantment.
You can't say that during Pride Month.
No, it's 20 chess in game.
It's all right.
God
it's all right.
damn it.
Brindle's will feel comfortable coming out of the closet. He just doesn't know who's on the other side. And once it's a safe space, he'll come out. It's fine.
This game's a metaphor, but also stay hidden in the closet. No, this is worse. This is worse.
It's a meta heist. It's a meta heist. No.
We're stealing hearts. I don't know. I've lost the thread. Thank you for that gift. So, happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Seems disingenuous now. Anyway, you can stay in that closet. I'm done. I'm moving on to another.
Brindle's all right for the moment. I don't think he's in danger of the gem doing anything else. So.
The supply room. You can stay in the supply room.
Yep.
There you go.
There we go. We got there.
Got there.
God damn.
Yeah. So I'm fine with maybe.
We'll fix it in post.
I'm fine with maybe going downstairs and seeing which guards are assigned the first floor, so that when we come back later and assume people's identity, we assume people who won't be on the second floor.
That's fair.
So I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna give Riv like a hard look to see if they're like, if they seem like they're good.
Yeah, they
as
seem
I go out
good.
the door.
They're removing themselves from the room based on Sergio's advice, but they seem to be fine.
I think
you also notice Conrad, living as you leave, Conrad kind of like also rolls out, and he like again gives you another like look of, that was a strange experience that we shared for those like 15 seconds. That was bizarre.
She'll nod. She'll be like, yeah, that was really fucking weird.
And then proceeds to walk out the door and leave.
I think B is going to go back in there. He's going to go in now that it's, and is going to sort of investigate the people who have stayed. Like, what are they doing? She is not going to look directly at the emerald.
It's not doing anything at this point. It's just enjoying its time on the pedestal. At this point, let's see. The guards would have remained. And then Igor's here just kind of eating some snacks at the table. Um, Chris would have actually moved over to this like corner that's just kind of quietly just sitting there. Um, Not doing anything weird, just like kind of enjoying the ambiance of the room. Then the three guards are still in the room, and so is the curator, who has pulled out a small notepad and is actually just like writing down something. And kind of sees you coming in, like flips the notepad shut. Says, "Yeah, well, I hope you enjoyed the gala. Of course, the museum is still open for the next hour, so you're welcome to continue to partake. Food, drinks. If you would like to know anything about this, more about this exhibit or the others, happy to talk at length about it."
Yes, I am actually very interested at the powerful enchantment magic I felt coming off of this gemstone.
Powerful enchantment magic, you say? That's
Insight check on this bitch.
concerning and probably worth looking into.
B is taking this so personally
Oh,
now.
I'm taking this so personally. This is
You,
so
you
personal.
hear Sergio just being like, B, you remember that we're here to steal the gem, right? And we want to keep our profile lower to, oh God. Wow.
I think B is going to send back, I am a Dottie researcher. I do my best when I act like a Dottie researcher. If they think I'm a Dottie researcher and I'm interested in this for weird Dottie researcher reasons, they will not look for other reasons.
Sergio just pauses for a very long time and goes, I trust you. And is like, let her roll. What was your insight?
Yeah, let me check on that. Ooh, not terrible. 18.
Here we go. Give me that stat block. Beans. Okay, no, 18. Yeah, 100. Clearly lying. Based on the information you know. Right.
I think B is gonna put on like her most like excited student face and just be like, "Is it a native effect of the cosmic emerald itself? Something about the facets? Does it do that natively? It's fascinating when you can uh, these kind of resonance effects with crystals and B will actually straight up begin doing a little lecture on uh uh magic resonance and why it's very interesting that this would happen in an emerald when we would ordinarily expect it to come from maybe different types of gems or diamonds or of course the most obviously associated with enchantment magic uh, and uh, but yeah, it's just gonna sort of see what this lady does.
Anybody else still upstairs? Rib, I'll give it to you as you're on the way out. Go ahead and roll a perception check. It's kind of damn. It's DC 23.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Okay. Um,
That's a 10.
yeah. I'm sorry about that. That's just a high roll. B, make a wisdom saving throw, please. This is
Sick.
DC 17.
A wisdom saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, is this against magic?
Do you have advantage on
I sure do. All
saves against
intelligence,
magic? Is
wisdom, and charisma saving throws against magic.
that a gnome feature?
I am a gnome.
I forgot about that. Yep, it's magic.
Sweet. Okay, because that first one was a 12, and I suspect that would not have done it.
17 is a magic number.
Come on, baby. 18.
Oh, fuck yeah.
18.
Get
14 on
wrecked.
the die plus 4.
Okay. There's a second here where like you see barest muscle twitch movement. And like it would not have noticed this under any other circumstances. As you feel another enchantment spell wash over you,
Mhm.
um, from the curator. You still have your detect magic up,
Mhm.
and she didn't even move.
I am going to act like it took me.
And she says, "Well, if research is like that is something that you're interested in, I'd be, of course, happy to have you come back. Now, during an official event, is certainly not the best time to do an in-depth type of study. I have many obligations, and quite frankly, it would be rude to the patrons and guests of the evening if I spent all of that time with you. But if you wanted to come back in the morning, I'd be more than happy to sit down with you for an extended study session or even lecture. I like the theories that you have, and I do think that the museum has some information and um, potentially some, well, books that I think would be very helpful to your cause. But I apologize that now is not the best time. But please come by tomorrow."
Is this the same spell that hit everybody else?
No,
Cool.
uh,
What is she trying to do to me?
you recognize this as a charm spell to literally just set like exactly what it is. Like, hey, leave now, come back in the morning, we'll talk about it. And like that seems entirely reasonable. As
Mhm.
like yeah, obviously you succeeded, but like the charm is, yeah, you want to study, come back tomorrow when I'm not busy and we can all study together. Perfectly
Absolutely.
reasonable charm.
B
Also
is
very illegal, by the way.
oh, fully,
Mhm.
fully. If you can prove it.
If you can prove it.
Uh, yeah, B is
Oh, what a day!
Ooh,
What a lovely
B's gonna
day!
take note of the time.
holy crap, 60
Oh
people?
my goodness gracious.
Yeah.
That is
Well,
probably the biggest rave I've ever seen. Hello and welcome to Neverember's Enigma / Life from the Apocalypse. How's it going? We are fundraising for Doctors Without Borders, and we are in the middle of a museum heist in Waterdeep. So, welcome to the party. Here's a donate link. Here's a Discord link, and you're awesome. Please drop us follows if you want. That'd be cool. We can hear Jeremy Irons yell at you, or yell at me, or yell at us. I don't know, but
I'm about to make my second archmage nemesis in this game.
You're
I'm
just
so proud of you, Della.
You
I'm
know,
so
collecting.
proud.
I'm collecting them. I'm collecting them
You
like
are.
you're collecting boyfriends
It's true. And girlfriends.
and
And
girlfriends.
yeah.
girlfriends.
It's true.
Also, 60 people for Ramsar. That's a
That's
huge number.
pretty
I'm stuck on
wild.
that. We're basically viral at this point. That sound like a sarcastic dick, but that's a huge thing. I'm pretty excited about it. My sarcastic voice is the same as my regular voice. It's a problem.
Also, we hope you had an amazing stream.
Yes, absolutely. Please tell me more about how you're going to piss off this potential archmage.
Oh no, no, no. It's not now. This is a slow burn. This is gonna be a slow
Oh,
burn
Oh, great.
nemesis.
you're gonna pursue them in the morning?
No, I'm gonna take down a note of the exact time, the exact level of the spell that was cast on me, and I'm going to make a recording of all of that so that I can potentially report this. And I'm uploading it all again. I'm sending it all to Sergio and be like, we can pin this on this clear enchanter who's using mind magic against all of these people's wills. Clearly, she's up to something. She's probably trying to steal the gem herself. I don't know, man. But I will out loud say to this woman, "Oh yeah, yeah, that sounds great," and then sort of walk off in that sort of vague way that I know enchantment magic uh, does to people.
Let's see.
It's really cool that this lady just fully volunteered to, you
That's
know.
really neat because it does not say in the spell description that if you are not charmed, they know. So cool. Um, yeah. So she bids you a good evening, and of course tells you to come by first thing in the morning. Museum opens at 10 a.m. sharp, and of course, well, she's a curator. She just come to her office. She tells you it's downstairs, third door on the right from the entrance.
I will forward that to everyone and be like, do not go near that door.
So,
Do not. Don't go
which
near
is
it. It will give us away fucking
perfect.
immediately.
So, cool.
Noted.
Okay. So Brindle is locked in the supply room. Can't do it again. And is basically hidden until this place closes, provided nobody like wanders in. Riv and Lavinia.
I'm just
You,
down here scoping out guards and anyone else down here. I mean, I see Cass Lanter is here. Do I want to go try to shake her down about the fact that her box was the source of demonic
there's a lot of
spell
shakedowns you
work?
could do. That's an option.
I don't know if now is the best time to shake her down about that. Does she look like she's also kind of spooked? Does she look like maybe she'd be in a talkative mood?
She is just perusing the little gift shop area and just kind of enjoying being detached from the crowd. Also, I am taking your alert level up one for that conversation.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Fine.
The curator is a little on edge now.
Fine.
Yeah, I think we're all in a little bit of a feisty, provocative mood tonight, and also, she may or may not have had something to do with almost getting Riv's girlfriend slash coworker person killed. So Lavinia will approach.
Okay. Then I should map this because I'm gonna use
Oh, so many people.
yeah. I'm gonna use these. So, because I didn't mention it, and if we're gonna get a little feisty, it's worth noting. That give me the other one. There we go. There are two bodyguards that have been following like Lady Castellanter around. They don't bother you, but like they are in the vicinity. I'm just kind of keeping an eye on like the situation. So, like Brindle clocked him earlier. Lavinia, you would have clocked him as like they were walking around. They're
Just
not.
fucking circling.
They're giving her plenty of distance, but you've seen this before with a lot of nobles. Like they'll go places and like they have their entourage of bodyguards, and for the most part, they leave them alone. But like if shit gets weird, like they are pretty well trained. Usually, they're hired from like, uh, depending, they could be hired from like some previous adventurer group or as talented as like Force Grey, right? Depending on the person, which is the adventurer contracting guild in the Waterdeep.
Mhm.
But they don't bother you.
Okay.
I'm just letting you know they're there.
Just like, all right. I think Lavinia approaches respectfully, like, and she kind of like draws up and she says, excuse me, Lady
Hmm.
Castellanter?
She kind of blinks for a second, as if like drifting deep in thought, and turns, looks at you, and kind of resumes like a proper stance. Says, yes, you are.
I thought that was you. Lavinia Hale. Um,
Oh, lovely to meet you.
Thank you. I was gonna say, I thought I saw you earlier this week, just last night, actually, at a play. You're you're quite social this evening. Is your husband with you?
Um, that play honestly seems like ages ago when I really think about it.
It
Sorry.
was life changing in a way. It
She. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that was the whole statement. It was life changing.
She nods and says, Roberto always does such good work. And uh, yes, so sadly, Victorio is, well, he's not available this evening. But the arts are more his passion. This is more of mine. And it's nice to have separate hobbies, to have something to talk about later.
Yes, I'm sure that's
But
important.
hmm.
But so you're friends with Roberto. So I suppose you heard the terrible news.
Oh, what news?
Oh, oh, somebody trashed his whole theater.
Oh dear, that's a tragedy.
Violently, I hear they'll be closed down for a couple of days, which is such a shame. It's almost as if their show's gonna only have one night open.
You know, the comedic tragedy of Hamlet, the play in 7 acts, was going to be the cultural renaissance of Waterdeep. I think I got that right. Actually, I think I pulled that from memory, but I think I got it right. It's going to be the focal point of a cultural renaissance for all of Waterdeep. And to hear that it may only have one night to run, just heartbreaking, really.
It is, but it almost makes the one showing the more magical, doesn't it?
Hmm. I suppose that is a optimistic way to look at that.
I actually have a question for you about
Hmm.
that night. Um, I don't know if you saw it, but you might have had a better view than I did. Somebody told me they saw some kind of creature in the theater during the play. And
Creature.
I couldn't see anything from the seats below, but you were in a box. Could you have seen something?
Not that I recall, no. Nothing. Hmm. I did see some phenomenal effects utilized by the tech team, or the backstage team, if you will. Um, Beautiful, but creature? No, nothing of the sorts. Was it dangerous? Did anyone get hurt?
Oh, somebody could have. From what I understand, it was an imp. I
No.
want to see. Does she react in any way too?
Go ahead and roll an insight. Roll an insight.
We haven't used this one yet. 17, 18, 19. Dirty 20.
You're an investigator. You know a lot of information that's come to light. You know that like the origin point was her booth. You know that uh, there was that strange glow that you saw coming from that same direction. There are a lot of points of information that tell you that what you know is factually correct. Um, which kind of throws you for a half second until you reorient yourself, in fact, when she says, dear, what an upsetting situation. And with the like very sly and clever combination of just concern and curiosity, it makes it seem like is enthralled by this new information you've presented. And it feels real genuine. But you have a fact pattern that says something different.
Mhm.
No, but that wouldn't happen to be the reason for the closing, would it? Dangerous creature running around a theater like that?
I mean, it might. I imagine a dangerous creature probably is not gentle with the furnishings.
Hmm. Well,
It's fine. I hear it's being looked into very thoroughly. Oh, the Justicars are involved, ma'am.
oh, excellent. And you rolled a dirty 20 on your inside, so I think you're doing a very good job, like, verbally sparring in this conversation. Just excellent. They do good work. Hopefully they're able to figure out where this thing came from. Roberto usually runs quite a tight ship.
Yes, well, hopefully the damage sounds worse than it is, and they will be up and running very, very soon.
I wish them the best. I'll have to pay a visit to Roberto and see if there's anything I can. Sorry, look at the chat. Anything I can do to assist?
I'm sure Roberto would be very, very appreciative of that. I don't know the man very well or at all, but he has quite the reputation.
He does get results.
That's what I hear.
And you said your name was Hale, Lavinia Hale?
Yes.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
She turns and kind of gives a nod to her two bodyguards and starts to head out for the evening.
Riv, she is so full of shit. She's incredibly full of shit.
Learned one very interesting thing in that interaction. With your insight, like you've met people that are like they're like okay at lying, I guess. Like it's very rare that you run into people that are like S tier liars, if you will, right? Like this is somebody who's very clearly poison rehearsed, and that's very dangerous. But it wasn't. I'm letting you know it wasn't a bad check that got you there. Like you're skilled,
Mhm.
so you know what kind of like person you're going up against. So B's coming back in the morning to do a study session. Riv.
Oh no, I'm not leaving the building.
Oh
I
no,
want to
okay.
be very clear.
Okay, fair enough. Where's Luke going? As you're getting sorted. Because Sergio does come over and be like, we need to find a way to make sure we can get back into this building or hide in the building.
I was gonna say, I still am. My rooftop suggestion is still what I was gonna go for, unless everyone is just gonna find a place to hide.
There's no way to get onto the roof
Okay.
from
Grappling hook.
inside
Grappling hook.
other than the grappling hook. Yeah.
Yeah, which we stole from. Well, Brindle stole from Della, because that's how he was gonna get in.
Sergio points out the schematics I have suggest you can get to the roof from the northwest corner of the or northeast corner of the second floor. Is that not correct?
You can get to the attic, but you can't get up to the roof.
Hmm.
Right? There was no other entrance point from the roof, according to my familiar.
Correct. There's no like door on the roof. You'd have to smash the glass. But yeah, once you
You-
get in, you can walk downstairs.
You have to smash the glass on that pyramid on top. There's no other way. It's looking at the glass, it's like leaded into those panes. There's not like a way you could easily screw it out unless you had essentially a welding torch.
Hmm.
Do you have a welding torch, Sergio?
I could get one, but not this quickly.
Come on.
How about a
Sergio,
glass
what
cutter?
kind of man doesn't have a welding torch?
Glass cutter we could get.
A glass cutter is also possible. Glass
Mhm.
cutter and some suction cups. But honestly, if
It's on brand.
Or, a glass cutter and a grappling hook.
well, the suction cup is to keep
the glass from falling out of your hands and shattering on the floor, not to like climb up the building like a little spider.
I guess.
So
Sorry, before we get too that far down this train of thought, I did want to ask what Rib is doing.
I think Riv is just going back to seemingly to socialize, but they're trying to focus on the patterns of the guards. Like, are they moving around? Are they switching out? Whatever information they can get on that, and anything they could pick up on the type of small talk that could come up between guards as they're preparing for the evening shift.
Go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
That is a 19.
Hell yeah. Two things. One, go ahead and hold one, if you will. We're gonna do some shenanigans here because trying to tell you the actual like guard route that they are taking seems silly and like a lot of work. So what I'm gonna say instead is that you can say I have an advantage on avoiding the guards because I looked at their route when you go into maneuver, right? So that'll be like a hold one for that. The shift this evening, you do catch a little bit of conversation. Where would it be? At some point, the curator is going to have head eventually back downstairs, but starts making her way generally to the first floor. Riv, I think you catch the conversation between these two guards as they're kind of talking about like the fact that everyone is working the night shift, uh, which is just shitty. They're like, yeah, usually we don't have like more than a half shift. Why the hell did they say everyone? Like for the next week? It's bullshit. It's like, well, at least we're getting paid overtime. Yeah, that's cool. I'm getting overtime, but like I would have known about it ahead of time so that I could have planned my life. You can't just spring 12-hour night shifts on people without telling them, right? And it's like, okay, who are you gonna pull in? You know, we got people that are on vacation, people that are out for a reason. Like it's a lot. Yeah, but think about the extra dragons. Like, yeah, I get that. Like, I don't know what the hell is up with the curator just like making these decisions all of a sudden. It's kind of shitty. And then they bitch a little more, part ways. But yeah, for some reason, a lot of people around.
Sorry. It was me. I did this.
Yeah, Riv would absolutely pass that along to the crew. Just being like, so good news. We have plenty of people to choose from. Bad news. We have plenty of people to choose from and avoid.
I see.
Well, still stands. We can take the identity of some of the guards. We just have to dart them first.
It's true. There are plenty of supply rooms you can throw people in.
Brindle, are you still in the closet?
Brindle is still in the closet. Yeah, you could always help him get out of the closet. So you know, if we can figure out a
Riv
way.
fully says that on comms. Riv is just like, Brindle, are you still in the closet?
I'm picturing.
I am still in the closet. I am. So if we need to hide a guard here, I know of a good one.
No, honestly, like where you're at, you're in the supply room. It is dark, and you're at like the top of a shelf, and I'm picturing you have like probably a solid 18 inches between like the bottom of the shelf and like the top of the ceiling, and you're just like slid in behind some cardboard boxes and just like honestly chilling. Like it's cool, it's dark, it's quiet in this room. Like There's a good chance you could just take a nap in here if you just
I mean,
wanted to hang out.
don't worry. Brindle has been going through his own like emotional breakdown in here ever since the experience of the gem.
I was trying to give you like a nice nap situation.
quietly sobbing in a corner. So he's okay at the moment. But yeah, no, that was kind of a big deal for him. What happened in that room? So
we're all
just a closet
yeah.
for.
Just every once in a while, we just hear him sniffle come through comms, and we're just like,
nah.
It must be dusty in there.
It's
I'm fine, guys.
Yeah. Now, as we all know, Brindle's whole mother situation and the fact that she left and abandoned the family out in the woods. This idea of silence and want for silence brought back memories to Brindle about him walking quietly through the woods as a child trying to find his mother, and he has been hit by this and is just sitting on the top of the shelf in a closet, just crying. It's been a rough time, but he's okay letting you guys do this stuff. This is a-okay, and then he'll figure out how to get out of here eventually. That whole gem thing was big. So yeah,
this is a hell of a heist. I love it.
Jesus Christ, how is Riv the most stable person in this group right now?
Nothing has happened. Lavinia is fine. She's just trying to be effective.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Is that
here.
what you call it?
Yeah. Listen, I did not stab that man.
True. What is the next move?
I mean, we're only open for another hour, right? That's what they said.
Does it make sense for me to leave? I did get that magic compulsion. I probably, unless I want to try to hide in here too. Does it make sense for me to leave and try to get up to the roof?
I think probably, especially if she might. Do you think she'd be on the lookout for you?
Yeah, probably.
You can make a intelligence check here. Because you've worked around enchanters.
Haha. Yeah. This it's 19 on the die, and that's a plus. So yeah, 25.
Cool. You're out of her hair right now. She has an entire night to prep for what happens tomorrow and knows exactly when and where you'll be in the morning. So right now you're not a problem. But at 10 a.m., when you show up to her office, like that could be a bad day for you, or it could be a study session.
Right.
But there's a lot of factors that say like that's not great for you. But right now,
for right now, she's not going to be looking for me because she's pretty sure I'm going to be coming back here at 10 a.m. tomorrow. But so she won't be looking for me in particular, but she's on edge. So I rattled her cage pretty good.
Okay. So
I am very small, so I could also get into one of those closets if I can get a key. If somebody can get me a key card.
I mean, you can take the one I have, or we could. I mean, I'm okay now. I'm all right now. We could trade places. It might be a little easier for me to maybe hide out somewhere else, or yeah, if you want to come get the key card, I can let you know which one I'm in.
I desperately need somebody to grab and hook the side of this building and cut through the glass. But
yeah, that's part of why B is offering somebody else to do that, because there's no physical way.
I mean,
could do that.
Physically,
realistically, this is Brindle's wheelhouse, right? So Brindle should probably be out there using the grappling hook and getting in windows. So, and also this is a cramped space. I'm at there's like 18 inches between me and the ceiling here. This is a much more comfortable spot for B, perhaps.
Oh yeah. So yeah, B might come up and try to swap places with Brindle, because it doesn't look like if I can sort of get through here without anybody seeing me, or just sort of being in one of these quiet rooms for a minute, and then sneak right on in there and trade with Brindle.
It is very quiet over here. It's very nice.
Okay. I'm willing to see how people have moved around the museum in the last like couple scenes / minutes. Okay. Yeah, it's starting to clear out on the upstairs. B, I will ask you to make a stealth check because you do see there is a guard down here still kind of loitering. But they're not like actively searching for anything.
Oh, Dex is not the worst. 11.
As you come walking up, you do see. Oop, where'd that guard come from? Over there.
Oh, I think I might have accidentally. I was trying to move the map, and I might have accidentally dragged him.
You do see the guard like look at you coming down the hallway and just like give you a nod.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're not busted to do anything wrong, but like he clearly just sees you.
Yeah, I think B is. What are these? Oh, these are. B is going to be sort of looking at the skeletons and will. I guess just wait for the right moment. You know, B's just sort of looking again, just looking like a museum patron, looking at stuff.
So, which one's
he's approaching?
Yeah, which one's your favorite? It is dead up here. It's just like you and him at this point, and he's just bored. Like you can clearly tell he's just like, oh hey, like a guest.
Oh, well, I've always been partial to the Compsognathus.
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorites too.
All of the small theropods,
Yeah.
they're probably my favorite. I when I was a little kid, I used to write little stories about getting to ride them because they're about our size, and starts basically just doing a chatter, doing a chatter. What about yours? I imagine you're in here all the time. What's your favorite?
I like the one over there with the really big horns.
Oh, the Triceratops?
Is that what that is? Yeah.
Well, it could be a Triceratops. It could also be a oh, what is it called?
Get the two horns, right? That's the Triceratops.
The two horns. Oh, if it has two horns, that could actually be a Diabloceratops.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Real dinosaur.
Yeah. Oh, that's even cooler. You know.
My
No,
daughter
I've
loves Dino Dana so much.
Turns out it's actually just a minotaur.
Oh no!
It's just a minotaur skull on a ogre body that they put together wrong.
You know, happens more often than you'd think.
He talks to you for a little longer, and you can clearly tell this dude, like, real fit dude, like real active looking, like guard, doesn't know a damn thing about any of these exhibits.
Yeah.
Just likes that they look cool.
I think once she realizes that, B will sort of change tack to be like, oh no, B doesn't want to be interesting to this person. Oh gosh, I'm gonna. I think B will at a certain point ask like, do I be interesting and distract this person and try to walk him away from here? Or do I be really boring in the hopes that he walks away on his own?
You know the dinosaur in the front lobby, like you press the buttons and it moves. Like that's real cool.
That is very cool.
Yeah, it's like one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Like I got yelled at a bunch of times because like the rest of the guards are like, hey man, stop pressing the damn button because they get all panicky every time they hear it after hours. But I'm like, oh, this is like really neat. So I'm just hitting the button and it's something to do. It's just something to do.
Do you want to use a sleep dart?
That's what I'm thinking. B does. I don't think I have them.
I thought we all had.
You all
10.
have 10.
Yeah.
Because I said fuck it and gave you all a bunch of ways to cause problems.
We each have 10.
I
Because
gave you
remember
40
we
sleep
then
darts.
looked up how much they were, and we were like, we're carrying around a small fortune.
Oh yeah, okay. I think she'll sort of keep talking, and then she's gonna ask him his opinions about Fleet's Wake. It's like, who do you like for the races tomorrow at Fleet's Wake? Like, just
Oh,
is sort of gonna like change tactic because this guy looks like he's into sports.
yeah. The Crimson Mastodons are the ones I'm voting for, honestly. Like, everyone
Ooh.
says they're really not great when it comes to maneuver sports, but honestly, like I've been following them since the this Fleet's Wake like pre-finals and semifinals, and like their ratio to win, honestly, they're like a crowd favorite. But I'm not like I'm not following them because they're the crowd favorite themselves. Like I've been a loyalist for years, but like I'm just great to see my team like finally in the finals. Like it's gonna huge. He's gonna talk for a minute.
Oh yeah, and I think B's gonna laugh, and at some point she's gonna say something that he thinks is very witty, and she's gonna reach up and like pat it, like do that thing, like you like pat somebody's arm, like yeah, you know it, and stick him with a dart.
Yeah, that's how I got my third tattoo. What was that?
Yes, good.
Okay, I'm gonna roll with some dice in the dice box so you can see.
Okay.
Because this is important. The DC for this is 13. He has all the guards have a +1 con because they are basic guards. Yep. Yeet. That's a 16. So he gets like stabbed by this sleep dart, and he's like, "What the heck?" And like pulls it out of his arm and is like,
Oh my god, how did that get there?
"Bro, what the hell?"
Uh, fuck.
And Sergio just goes,
Oh.
"Do you need a distraction?"
I think B at that point uh is gonna go like, oh fuck. I'm really sorry about this, guy. This was a really juvenile dare that some friends of mine at the academy put me up to. I'm really sorry about this. I was supposed to knock you out and like steal your helmet.
No, too intense, I think.
Huh?
Knock me out and steal my helmet. What in the? No, you need to leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get like
Yeah, I
no.
got you. I know you're not wrong. That was dick move on my part. Was funnier before I did it. I'm really sorry, man. You seem chill. Bye.
Okay. Um.
B will leave at this
Okay.
point and just be like, "Sorry, guys, I am fucking up everything. It is better that I am gone."
I'm gonna just
You're very impulsive today, B.
take that up
What
to a
impulsive. That
2.
was part of the plan. I didn't know it was gonna.
All right, B, you are out.
Yep.
You see the guard like does circle around and like will eventually start talking to the other guards and like show them like this crazy thing that this like crazy gnome just stabbed him with, and like the alert level goes up.
That puts us at
Um,
2.
yeah, because some of them, the smarter ones, will start to recognize like what it is.
Mhm.
But B,
Does not.
you are able to leave though.
Okay. Yeah.
The
B's gonna.
Mastodons. You're a Mastodons fan, fellow nasty Masty. No, I don't hate that. I
Their
hate that.
maneuvering is
Uh,
shit. If there's any weather, they're capsizing immediately. Their boat is shit.
you got to ride the blue line. No, I'm moving on. These are all bad sports metaphors.
Yeah. B is gonna be just like, yep, yep, I tried. I tried.
Okay, B's out. Lavinia, you see B just out the door. The good thing is you didn't all come in together, so nobody's like actually identified you as a group. So Brindle, you're still hidden kind of away.
Um what B
Which is
so at this point
over 5 tonight.
what B is probably going to do at this point, just for people's information, is to just have her bird sort of be in the rafters, providing overhead views of various places to her that she can then give to the guards. So she's just going to be now eyes in the sky.
Okay.
Your
Riv.
little drone.
My little drone. My little droney.
Riv, it's been a drama-free evening for you. What's going on?
I mean, I think Riv is watching this plan go completely off the rails and is regretting their life and choices. And that the unfortunate thing is that leaves them with primarily Lavinia, since he is outside and Brindle is in the closet, and so they are going to make a show of, looking at different displays and things like that, but be talking to Lavinia, acknowledging that the others can hear this too, and just say, all right, the clock is running down. We need to find a place to hide. And then pause and just ask, B, are you planning to try to get back in?
Can't
If
stress this
you
enough. I need somebody to go through the skylight and just break it with a grappling hook. Like, I just need this to happen. This is a heist.
if you desperately need me, I will find a way back in. But right now my familiar is in there with you. Uh can I cast through my familiar?
Touch spells.
Touch spells?
I
I can
believe it to be
cast
within 30 feet, maybe. I don't know. It might not be, but you can cast touch spells if you're familiar.
I can
But
cast some spells through my familiar. Uh I can see through its eyes. It, frankly, it's better at this point that I got my ass publicly thrown out at this, just being a fucking weirdo.
We should talk later. You don't seem like yourself.
and again, I'd like to just point out if you want to make a graceful exit, we can get you back in after they've closed. Brindle is still inside and hidden.
That's not a bad idea.
I want to stay at least until I know if Curator is leaving. Because
Do
that
not. Don't.
Oh,
Don't.
I'm
oh,
not going to follow her. It's not what I said.
opens office door, goes into her office, closes the door.
I want her to leave because that is probably our best bet of who to impersonate. They're already all kind of mad and irritated at her. Pretty sure if she comes back, she's already acting really weird. They've said it.
Fuck yeah.
If she comes back in the middle of the night to do some weird stuff and gets all snippy with them, they'll probably just give her space and avoid her.
After about 15 minutes of waiting, the curator does leave her office with a backpack. Uh, proceed to lock her office with Lavinia. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Ooh. It's gonna be a 16.
Okay. With the key card, this key card has a different pattern than the rest of them you've seen. But proceeds to lock her office with a key card. Look over at Milanova and just say, "Okay, well, you all have the shift until 6 a.m. and at which point your morning shift will replace you." Then good old Billy Quartermile, sorry, comes over and she says, "No nonsense, keep this place running efficiently." And he gives her like a little salute and she goes, "But just get it done." And he goes back to his guard post and she leaves.
I do want to point out how amazing the name Millanova Wumpelstocking is. Top tier name. Top
It's
tier.
so good.
Millanova Wumpelstocking.
Mm-hmm.
I like her picture too. Can we zoom up on her, please, for a minute? Can we show everyone?
It is really incredible. I
She's
almost
very
approached her instead of the doctor.
She's very pretty.
Damn.
Dr. Stonecrusher is a
Millanova.
pretty cool hang. But speaking of, I think at this point, she would have rolled out.
Yeah. I mean, not Brindle's not asking this, but have we? Are all the guards dressed in red? Who's been in a red jacket? Out of curiosity.
A couple people so you've seen have had red outfits, right? So you've got Igor had some red. Conrad had some red. There was Captain Frank had a red sash. Frank Helm. Sorry. And there was
I mean, Brindle wouldn't know to look for this, but I was just kind of curious.
red here, right? Because we didn't see. Yep. And then those were the 4, I believe. So I'm not counting.
Was all the Arkan dressed in red?
No, she's not.
Okay.
So
green and tan. So, but there are 4 people who have potential red cloaks, outfits, or other accessories that could have matched that prologue.
So I think after the curator leaves, Lavinia's gonna not leave like immediately after, like she's following her. She'll probably like do one more turn around the room and then she will leave.
Okay.
But she will tell Riv that either they need to get a key card and find someplace to hide, or they should probably leave as well. And we'll just have to get back in with Brindle's help. But I do think that one of us should impersonate the curator while the other people grab the gem. That is my vote. That's my vote for shenanigans.
I think
Thievery.
Riv doesn't see a benefit to having 2 of them on the inside, and so I think that they would ultimately not follow, but after a requisite amount of time, follow suit and head outside.
Okay.
I think they would put on the table that they think that they should be the one to impersonate the curator if that is going to happen, and that they can do that without the help of any potion.
Hell yes. Okay.
It'd be pretty normal for a curator to enter the building via grappling hook, right?
Man, this curator's pretty wild.
Absolutely. Just break a window, jump through it, you know.
People will be like, yeah, no, that's curator. Of course, it's fine. It's fine.
You won't leave out into the quiet night. The initial like hustle and bustle of the grand opening with the spotlights and the fanfare and the red carpet. The red carpet still remains, but the energy outside has kind of tapered off. It's late. It's cool. There's still the couple guards, and there's obviously the coachmen working like that area to get people picked up and out of the museum kind of drive area. But as people leave on their various coaches, or they walk off, or they just are picked up by whomever, it just becomes kind of a quiet night. You see a couple of people rolling off the red carpet and putting it in like a outdoor storage shed that is not connected, or to the actual museum itself. And then the doors close. You see the close sign is flipped, and the museum is locked up for the night.
Can somebody let me know that it's been locked up for the night?
Yes, we will tell you.
Because then Brindle will start listening to when he should exit the closet. If I try to hear any guards walking outside the door, I'm going to say I'm going to wait a while. For how long it'll probably take them to do go around I assume they're probably walking through each room over time, and I want to kind of give it enough time to see if I can hear one of them going by.
Yep. At a level 2, if you wait for a while, they're investigating with awareness and minor concern. Where some weird shit happened today. Like people are like, hey, I had a gnome stab me with a sleep dart. That's kind of odd. I don't know. That same gnome was badgering the curator about this silence thing, and the curator suddenly was like, double shifts for everyone. Fuck you. You're not going home. Like patrol forever. And they were like a little pissed about that.
I didn't badger her about the silence. I badgered a different card about the silence.
This is true. This is true. Nevertheless, they're making overtime money, whether or not they like it. So, so they're a little flustered, but after about an hour or so, they start to cool off and get into their routine of moving around. And you kind of start to realize that there's no formalized pattern, which is actually kind of nice. It just means that it seems like guards have zones almost, and you're starting to realize that okay, they're not gonna leave their zone unless they're bored, and that happens usually about once an hour. These two will walk over and be like, yeah, hey, what's going on? And then talk for a few minutes, and then kind of do a check back here, and then go back to where they're supposed to be hanging out. So there are opportunities where if you wanted to catch someone walking by, but there's not a lot of traffic, which is actually really nice for you. Actually, you should be here. You're in here. You are in this main room here. You're in that main room there. You cover that hallway. You cover that hallway. You two are up here, and then you two are down here. Yep, that's where the guard layout is.
All right. So I think what I'll do is as I hear somebody go by, specifically on the side of the specifically on this side, right? Yeah, I'll listen for that, and then after, I'll give them a little bit after they go by, and I'm going to assume that they probably won't just suddenly double back, but you never know.
All right, they left a bunch
chance.
Go ahead and roll perception, actually.
Yeah, okay. Can do. Ooh, not great. I think that is a 9.
Okay. You do hear muffled conversation.
All right. If it seems far enough away, that's all I really care about. So I will try to. It seems like it's. Can I tell about how far away it is?
Down here somewhere.
Oh. Wait. Do that again. Oh. Now I can see it there. Okay. Somewhere. All right. I mean, that seems far enough. I will try to stealth my way out of this closet.
Okay. General stealth. The rest of you, I'm assuming, are getting prepped to go back in somewhere.
Yes, which I think we might have to do next time because I think we're gonna have to.
We're coming up on time for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, your second phase of this is not gonna kick off much further.
Yeah, but the three of us probably regroup and all of that a couple of blocks away from the museum.
Cool.
So I will. It does. How far does the telepathic link go? Can I still? Are we still?
It's really damn far. Hold on.
Okay. I do. That does sound familiar. That it
I
was
think
pretty
last time I
far.
was like, it's a
So
mile, and
miles
then
or
it's
something.
actually
Yeah. Like halfway across the earth or something. It was.
Yeah, it's possible over any distance, cannot extend to other planes.
Yeah. Okay.
So
all right. So
literally
we're still
anywhere
pretty well
on
connected.
this
all right. Yeah.
Prime material plane.
Sergio dropped
Yeah.
some money to augment a 5th level spell into these items.
Like you cannot get
so
away
unless they're
from each
storing
other.
their janitorial supplies on another plane, I'm okay. So all right. Anyway, I let everybody know that I'm attempting to exit the closet that I've been in, and I did roll a 12 on my stealth. Not great.
Okay.
Not great.
You do start to hear footsteps moving back in this direction. You don't hear any
All
like
right.
crazy alerts or panic, but just someone walking. You're like, oh shit.
Okay, I do quickly make sure that the door is closed and left the way that I had it, and then move away from where the steps are coming from. How close do they seem? Because I could try and go like further down the hall, or do I have to duck like immediately, like behind a thing?
I'm gonna straight up roll a luck check to see what happens next because I know what I want to have happen, but I'm gonna let the dice decide. So Francina starts to like walk down this hallway and is about to kind of like break the corner, and you hear Brendar just be like, "Hey, you know they left cake, right? Like the cake, snacks. There's a whole bunch of shit you can just take. You're gonna throw it out anyway. Like you might as well grab some." Oh, you know what? Hell yeah, I'll take some cake home. And like comes back and you hear just like clamoring as people are grabbing like cake and sandwiches and all the like
all right, yay
finger
for
food
cake.
that was part of that.
Absolutely. All right.
It's a mess. It's a break room. There's a 50-50 shot that they hung out there and just ate the snacks from the gala earlier.
Nice. All right. In that case, all right. I'm out. I'm sneaking around. I'm gonna make my way. Where am I going? I guess toward the gemstone room, and I think I can get there via these the two doors on this closet over here, because it looks like it actually connects, and I can go into one and maybe thinking about getting into the gemstone exhibit and scoping it out so I can let everybody know kind of what it's looking like. Do we want to, how far do you want to go? Do we want to leave me there until next time, or?
I want to know what your next major action is.
I think the next major action will again be to like check in with the group, see what they're up to, see what the plan is generally, and also to listen for movement inside of the gem exhibit, because I don't want to suddenly pop out of something and have a guard literally standing right there looking at me. So I kind of want to listen for more patterns of movement in there before I go through, and also check in with the rest of the group.
All right, I'm going to reposition you all to a place I think you are going, and correct me if I'm wrong. In the time that Brindle has cooled off and then gotten out and started to explore around a bit, I've envisioned the three of you managing to like maneuver around and actually work your way up onto the roof of this museum as Brindle is able to, because you know that the roof access area is right here.
Oh dang!
And Brindle, if you can successfully maneuver your way, now to be clear, this doesn't connect, right? Like this is not a straight shot. Where's my pointer? Right. You have to go out and around or find a way to get over here.
Yeah.
But
am I trying to get up to them?
I'm gonna leave it
Because
up
I wasn't
to
sure
you.
if they would. Yeah,
But I was
that was going to be part of the group communication. So.
The three of you can easily scale the roof and be prepared for Brindle to let you in, if that's a thing you want to do. There are other ways into this building, but
I think it'll depend when we get to the door to see how easy it is for us to open ourselves with like a little bit more like investigating and tools to see if we can get it open on our own. If not, then we probably will need Brindle to come let us up. And we'll probably need Brindle to at least tell us which guards he did not see so that we don't come walking downstairs into the room as somebody who's standing there. So, like...
Which might be a challenge, since we do know that almost everyone is on duty.
Everyone is on duty, but if we're not walking into... At the bare minimum, if we know we're not turning into one of the ones who is, like, in the main rooms on the second floor...
So
here's where I'll leave
also,
you then.
Is the burb still on the T-Rex, or
the burb is still
are
up
they
in the
flying
rafters
above the building? Okay, so that's also going to be great for identifying guards. Okay,
here's where I'll leave you, and I think this is fair. I'll put you three on the roof, right? As you're getting ready to, with your break, you're able to get some glass cutters and basic tools that you would need to go through the skylight if you wanted to. Right. Again, you can bail on this plan, but this is where I'm going to set you for now. And the three of you have managed to climb up, get set, and you have these tools laid out as you're looking at the skylight and seeing like nothing but like a dark storage room beneath you. You can hear Brindle talking to you and saying he is one room away from the main display area, and you can see Brindle from the bottom of that sliding door, just the slightest break of shadow from that one guard walking around inside. And you know there's a guard in there, but it's the only thing standing between you and the gem at the moment. Right? B, you can also see through your bird's eyes that there's a main guard circling that large dinosaur display. But for the moment, Brindle looks like he's in the clear. You might be able to very quickly and quietly get this gem out that way. And as you all are getting ready to decide on your countdown of 3, 2, 1, go for your next maneuver, we flash around to another area of the museum, which you see somebody at what looks like a truck depot.
The loading dock?
Loading dock, thank you. At a loading dock, proceed to slam or quietly insert a pry bar between two ramp doors and push. And I think we will call the session there.
Oh, Lord. We're gonna have to fight this man.
I wonder if it's, what's his name? Who's a guy I always work with? What's his name?
Good old Kemp.
I wonder if it's
Kemp Shackett.
I wonder if it's no, Hagen. I wonder if it's actually Hagen. We've got just multiple prong like heisting going on right now.
Just like staring at each other from across the room. What are you doing here?
What are you doing here? I called dibs. Dibs mean nothing. I think we're actually back in 2 weeks. Is that right? Is that true? Are we actually going to have 2 consistent sessions? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to confidently say yes.
I'm fine.
I think I'm here.
Yeah, that sounds right.
We're doing it. We're actually going to get this gem, get out, and you can continue on with your dating sim. Or you can go to jail and meet some cool people there. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know why these things can't be combined. We can heist and date and jail all at once. Like, it's all, yeah.
You all laugh, but see, the thing is, I did say, hey, if you guys screw up enough, like, we'll call the watch and you'll get thrown in jail. Which means I had to write a scenario where this goes just completely catastrophic and you all end up in jail. I'm so ready for it. I hope you succeed.
I have been sending you repeat new character ideas.
This is true.
So
the height is net because you're in jail.
I was gonna say, you think they're just gonna like offer?
And what is a breakout except a reverse heist? I mean,
yes, thank you. Like a trope of all heist movies is the jailbreak. It's happening at some point. Like, if nothing else, if there's ever a point of confusion where you think, what should I do? If you find a heist trope and lean into it, I'm going to be like, hell yes, please do that.
You son of a bitch, I'm in jail.
Yes. I mean, but no, I do appreciate you all. One, learning some good plot stuff from your conversations, and two, actually pushing the heist forward in a very interesting way. Hell yeah. Do you want to do some outros?
Yeah.
All right. So let's do, oh, dang it. Boop. This button here. Big people. Let's do Bedlam first.
All right. I have been Bedlam, playing Brindle, your woodsy half-elf farmer who just happened to be find himself in the city, perhaps doing some crime for his family. And there's a whole lot more to unpack there, but you know, he's having a good time. He's trying to make some money and do his thing. You can find me here on the first and third Mondays of each month, or is it second and fourth? Second and fourth. I had it wrong. I had like a 50-50 chance. Sorry, folks. So yeah, the second and fourth Monday of each month, doing Thy Kingdom Come, playing Jerome Nears, oh my gosh, I forgot the Tainted. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I remember my character, not what he's called. What are titles anyway? So yeah, thank you for watching, and you'll see me there next time.
Very cool. Della.
Hi, I'm Della. I have been B. I have been a problem for a lot of people, but mostly myself. You can find me here being a problem for a lot of people every Thursday, either in this game or in Redacted, which is also on every other Thursday, on opposite Thursdays, where I play a cavalcade of ghosts, mostly inhabiting the body of one Appalachian Parks Ranger. And she's having a time. You can also find me back here also on second and fourth Mondays, where I am running Thy Kingdom Come, which is why I can remember Bedlam's playbook. Thy Kingdom Come is our Urban Shadows game, premise of which is what if Percy Jackson was actually his Dark Materials? Check it out. It's fun.
Hell yeah. JD.
Hey, I am JD. I have been Riv/Luke Black tonight. I have so many things going on, which is why we're going to keep this to the next week and nothing more. You will next see me here on Sunday for Academy H, our live recording of our Masks Actual Play podcast, where we will have a special guest joining us. We have had a lot of those. They have all been amazing. Della was one most recently, and we are excited to be diving back in. I will then be back on Monday for Thy Kingdom Come, where I play Saint Soren Augustine, who has done nothing wrong ever in his life and might have gotten shot last time. It's fine, don't worry about it. And then I will be running a Masks game, a Masks horror game to be specific, on Entropy Emporium on Tuesday evening. They call us villains. And on Thursday, I will be running the aforementioned Redacted. Friday, I'll be finishing out with a season of Secrets and Shadows. The Friday table, I can't say table 1 or 2 because they get mad at me. And that's all I'll plug for now, because I'll have plenty of time to plug other things that happen starting at the end of next week.
That is a lot.
That was half of them. That was like barely half.
Jesus
Hello.
Christ, JD.
Might be.
Hello, I'm Julia. I'm Hexbot on all social media platforms. Tonight I've been Lavinia Hale. Every other Saturday I am Kelly Violet, and every other Sunday I am Lyra Kroll. And all of that is here at Live from the Apocalypse. I am located nowhere else. That's all I got.
Cool. And I'm Andrew. I run this game, and that's a. Oh, I also run Veil Breakers sometimes. I've been spotty. The schedule's been spotty recently, but usually it's either this heist game or my high budget action adventure D&D 5e game with like level 18 characters like punching liches in the face for fun. Different vibes here. This is more of a heist dating sim, but still fun for different reasons. That's all I got going on. Yeah, let me just downsize that to normal size. In the chat, a whole bunch of stuff, Discord, socials, and donate because again, we're raising money for Doctors Without Borders, which we're now at 1465, and I did not change the donation counter. I will do that to reflect 8, not 6, because we had 2 donations earlier. So thank you. And with that, is there anything else from the group? Our heroic heisters. We do better. I like that. That sounds pretty good.
We will be fine.
Heroic. Ooh, I don't know.
If you believe Sergio, stealing this emerald will save the world or some shit.
I mean, I believe him, but believing him is in my best interest. So
that's true.
We just want money.
I mean, he also promised you 1 million dragons, so it's pretty cool. Anyway,
bitter.
It's bitter.
I'm just here for a good time.
Fuck yeah. I love our motivations. All right, well, I guess, I don't know. Don't get caught. Cheese it on 3. Let's get out of here. 1, 2, 3. Cheese it.
Bye.
Cheese it.
Cheese it? Bye.
Cheese it.
What?
Cheese it?
Cheese it?
I forgot that we're gonna raid somebody. That's a lie for a buy. I haven't done this in a minute, so I just forgot how to do it.
Lost Caravan is still alive, it looks like.
So is Guild Superior.
Sweet. I just need their shit so I can actually put it into the chat to hit raid.
Is anybody on Twitch just eating Cheez-Its? That's a real question.
I am sure. I am so sure.
Cheez-It stream? You know what? I bet that exists. Anybody have a fun story? I should have done this while you all were doing outros. This is my fault for not doing this in a minute.
We also do have a thanks for watching screen.
Oh God, you're right. Hey, you know what? We're gonna go. We're gonna do that. You're gonna hear some music. Thanks for watching.
Andy's been away for a while. We won't hold this against him.
we don't
like
hold this
4
against
fucking
him.
years or whatever that's streamed. You all rock. I just want to spend time with you on our great community. Thank you very much. Have a great night. Happy Pride.